Boys in the truck I'm sure are probably on it. They are the techie ones.
They are the techie ones. That's their jam.
You and I are, and I use the air quotes, the talent. That's what they call us.
Use that term loosely. We're waiting to hear from Clinton Jeffrey because our plan for this delay was have him interview every driver in the pits.
Which he did not think was a good idea.
And I mean, there's about 100 of them if you add up all the divisions.
Sure.
You know, you work your way. Maybe he's on the bus. That'd be really cool. Clinton, get a ride on the bus. So this is round number 6 of the APC series. 17 cars in attendance. That's a good car count for this show, and I'm excited because 17 cars means we're going to have some lap traffic. These drivers are really going to have to use racecraft. We've already got drivers who are a little on edge from previous races. Sauble Speedway is a place you go to really exercise your frustrations because you can bump and grind here a little bit and really not use up your stuff. And get out some of your frustrations.
I like your term, a little on edge.
So I'm good to go?
I'll be flat out. We got 4 drivers out there that just do not like each other right now. And it's been evident as recently as some podium pictures a few races ago.
Miserable podium pictures. I love those. So we just heard Clinton Jeffrey chiming in. They're working things out down there, so he will be roaming the grounds for us.
Got me, Adam?
Yeah, I got you, Clint.
How's it going?
Great, man. How are you?
Good. We are fairly dry down here in the pits. Just a little bit of spitting going on, but you see all the cars are still covered up. You got the Legends cars getting ready to get going. And, of course, APC qualifying all sitting here. So once the track is good to go, we expect to be ready to go. Everybody's eating hamburgers out of suits right now, so I don't want to jump in and get anybody. But we might have to find somebody. Just checking our system, though. We'll be down here all night giving you the pit reports, and hopefully everything goes good.
Well, I know you love it when we give suggestions, Clint.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's find crew members who are interesting. I mean, now, Pete Shepard would be a great interview. Pete Shepard Jr. There's some really fascinating crew members. Joe Chisholm Jr. might be a good option. He'll always talk.
I got Pete Shepard Jr. Jake Sheridan ran away like a I don't want to say it, but step over here with me, Pete. We're working on.
Yeah, Clint. So what Clinton's doing right now is kind of testing the range of the microphone. Right. There we go.
I got Pete Shepard Jr. here. Did you know he's not a crew guy anymore? He's going to drive today, Adam. Did you know that?
I did hear that, and I want him to tell us how it came about.
So, Pete, what's the story there? We know you with Kyle Steckley and what you do with him. Let's talk about what you're doing here today.
Well, Dwayne Baker's a best friend of mine, and was feeling a little bit under the weather, and we had a discussion basically yesterday. Me kind of speaking up a little bit and saying, I'll drive it for you if you want, just as a joke, and he took me up on it. So we scrambled through the morning, through the night, and here we are now.
So you woke up as a race car driver once again. Let's talk about some of the cool stats. Maybe you and Pete Jr. are the only father-son team to maybe ever compete in the APC series.
I think it is. I'm not sure of all the not the rules, but the time going back to all the dates of these races. But I know I'm going to be the oldest guy to ever run an APC race, I can tell you that.
How do you feel, Pete? I know you didn't get many laps in practice, but how do you feel about the car? We know Dwayne Baker's got good stuff. I'm sure you've had your hands into it, so what do you think?
It's good. We have Junior Hanley built the car. Junior Hanley's a crew chief, so there's no legend than Junior Hanley in Canada. In racing anywhere almost. So I told him what I thought I felt in that short 8-lap practice run we had because we had a little bit of a difficulty with one of the parts there. And I think I'm just going to probably qualify a little further back and bide my time.
Top 10's the goal, right?
Top 10's the goal. I mean, these guys are very good. People really underestimate how good they are until you're out there with them. And working on Kyle's car and everything, you just realize how precise these guys are. And I'm a little bit rusty still.
Good luck, Pete.
Thank you.
Pete Shepard Jr., guys, of course, we know his son, the third, who's been competing in this series many years ago and still one of the top drivers we've had over the years. I can't tell whether you're breaking up in my ears or it's my microphone.
No, it's your microphone.
So we'll keep going.
But oddly enough, it was good with Pete Jr. It was more challenging with you. But I think Al Bowman might have raced with the APC series back in the day at Flamborough, and I think he was 80 years old when he did so. So sorry, Pete Jr., you're not breaking that record either.
I don't know if Al ever did make a start. I remember him hitting a safety truck under caution, but I don't know if it was in an APC race or just a regular Saturday night Flamborough race.
And father-son, did Paul Maltese ever race APC?
That's a good one. Maybe a one-off.
Adam, you wanted crew guys, so I got Nicky Sheridan here. Nick, great run for you last night at Oshweekend, and now you get to turn wrenches on your brother's car. Weather report from the Sheridan crew. What do you think is going to happen here tonight?
I don't really know. I was kind of hoping it would stay away until like 11 or midnight. It looked like it was going to come back hard, but we'll see if it kind of clears up and we get some racing tonight. We didn't drive all this way for nothing, so hopefully we can get all our racing tonight.
What makes Sauble difficult?
It's just we just got really tight ends, and there's quite a bit of drive for you that's kind of able to do, but it's really hard to cut the center here and get underneath guys and just pass people. So as long as you can cut the center here, you'll be good. We've been talking about that in practice today, but we're getting a bit better on. Hopefully we got a good piece for the race here.
All right, good luck, Nicky.
Thank you, guys.
Obviously, Nick with his brother Jake. Around here, guys, and we'll work on this. We are deep in the pits, though, so it is a bit of a stretch to get our mic down here, but we're talking to you now. That's all that counts.
No, for sure. And we'll close out some of the story that Clint was telling. Nick Sheridan, of course, a sprint car racer on dirt. He ran Oshweekend Speedway last night, and then he quickly puts on his crew chief hat to crew for his brother Jake Sheridan here tonight. So, great family story. They do a lot of racing. They are both super competitive. And I think the fun thing for me, Jamie, with Sauble Speedway is Sauble Speedway is like a comfortable pair of shoes. Everybody that goes out there, you love putting them on. Like, everyone feels at home racing on this track. You go to Delaware, and that can be treacherous. You go to Peterborough, it's hard to get a hold of. Sauble Speedway is something you can really figure out. Drive hard, break into the corner. Some are better than others, but everyone kind of feels like, okay, I can figure this out. And they get a certain comfort level, and I think that raises the intensity much quicker than it does at some other tracks.
We've got 17 cars here today and 15 cars within 0.3 of a second. That tells you everything you need to know right now. It's just a great racetrack, a lot of fun to come here. Of course, the natural tie-in with the beach is beautiful if you get your chance to head on down there earlier on today. But a cool racetrack, 2 grooves. There is an outside groove here. You can make it work. We might see in the choose cone comes out, the leader actually takes the outside, and they've had a pretty good late model program here at Sauble Speedway this year, and there's a bounty out. And I mean, you guys would know all about that now after last night, but Tom Gibbons and Josh Stoddy, there's a bounty out if you can beat them here on a weekly show.
No, and that's cool, right? They're putting on great races. It's good for the fans. Now they've put up some bonus to maybe get some outsiders. I know Dale Shaw was looking for some support to come up here and run one of those races. In fact, he has a new sponsor on board that 83 car here this weekend. Did you notice that?
I did not. I was waiting for you to tell me about it.
Really? Well, Dutch Boy.
There you go. A popular variety store, I believe, in the...
Well, we're going to call them professional carpet cleaners.
Professional carpet cleaners. There you go.
Out of the Guelph area. But that's cool. That's on the back of the Dale Shaw number 83. And I'm watching these trucks working around the racetrack. They're picking up speed. The bus has the windshield wipers on. That's what I look at. Who's got the windshield wipers going and who does not? There's different stages, Jamie, of wet. You know, there's rooster tail wet, which we are not there, thank goodness. But we're not dragging any tires either, so we can't see when the smoke starts coming off the tires.
One of the famous Buddy Baker lines, I'll never forget it. We went to the Michigan race that got rained out years ago till Monday, and then it got rained out on Monday till Tuesday. And went back to the track Monday. We were hanging out waiting for the rain to stop, and Buddy Baker came on and said, well, the jet dryers are out there, folks, but I got some bad news, too. They all still got the windshield wipers on. So that's kind of the telltale sign.
Yeah.
If they turn the wipers off, we're in good shape.
And I hope these people realize when they go to drive home later tonight, they're going to have a serious pull in all of these trucks because tires don't wear even on an oval track on a passenger vehicle.
That's why you got to have it set up right. Make sure you got the right stagger. A little bit less pressure in the left sides. I'm sure there's enough guys in the pits that can help them out. You can make these street vehicles handle.
Right? They'll turn. Poor Heather's still in the back of the Sauble Speedway pace truck. Hunkered down in there. Everybody wave as she goes by. She'll wonder, what the heck is everybody doing? Why are people waving at me? Because we can.
She's trying to keep her hair out of her mouth right now. That seems to be the biggest issue.
I don't have that problem.
No, definitely not.
What a season it has been. Our next 2 races are right here at Sauble tonight, and then August 22nd we come back for the Stewart's and Kubota 100. On that night, we also have the Super Stocks in the house, so that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be a great show. But Civic Holiday Weekend here at Sauble Speedway, that's always the real banger. Good times, good friends.
I remember coming up just as a fan, just watching, and even before the APC series got rolling, just to come up and hang out for the night. It always brought the best late model racers in Ontario as that, Civic Holiday Weekend special up here at Sauble Speedway.
Yeah, when I was racing, we were lucky because we had the vintage modifieds up here, or the twin bill with the TQ midgets. That was always a blast. Then they had that big Wednesday night special leading into the long weekend. Great memories from up here. I want to see some bump drafting between these pickup trucks.
Got a bunch of great drivers who've got great memories here. This is, we've documented over the years. Seems like first-time winners, this is the place. Brandon Watson's first victory on tour came here at Sauble back in 2016, as did Matt Pritico's. Jake Sheridan got his first career victory at Sauble Speedway in 2021. Shea Gemmel, his first career victory back in 2019. So a lot of first-time winners here. A lot of different winners in the field here tonight. Kyle Steckley has been victorious at Sauble Speedway a number of times, and you got handed a note.
I have a piece of paper saying, Kids Club winners, make your way to the starter stand. And we would like Carolyn Beckman, Clive Sheardown, Willow Crowley, and Clyde Thomas. Head on down to the flag stand. You are the Kids Club winners here tonight. So I hear them shouting out some car numbers next door. So they're working on something that has to do with race cars.
Or they're playing bingo, one of the two.
Well, that could be. But we talked about the race season. This is race number 6. We got 2 races left at Sauble and 1 at Delaware Speedway to close out the APC schedule. It's been some great battles this year. How much fun has it been to have Brandon Watson back?
Oh, it's been great. And big problem for the rest of the field is he just seems to get a little bit better every week. And we saw, back 2017, 18, 19, just how dominant he was. And they seem to have that 30 car dialed in. He comes in tonight 4 points back of Jake Sheridan for the championship battle. Steckley comes in 3rd, Pritico 4th, and Junior Farley 5th, but they are all quite a ways behind Sheridan and Watson. It would take Watson and Sheridan to both have something catastrophic happen, I think, for anybody else to sneak back into the title picture.
Yeah, but all 3 of those drivers, Steckley, Pritico, and Farley, are pretty quick here at Sauble Speedway, so...
They're quick, but I think they're battling for 3rd right now. But as we've said, we've got that quartet of drivers that just do not like each other. Jake Sheridan, Brandon Watson, Kyle Steckley, and Shea Gemmel have not played nice together this year, and it's made for some drama. It's made for some hurt feelings, but it's also made for some intense racing. Like the show at Flamborough last time out was dynamite. It had everything. It had an early caution, then it had a 99-lap green flag run, and then, oh my gosh, we couldn't get to the end of it after that because it was just pure shenanigans.
Yeah, a lot of chaos. Looking at the flagger down track level now, having a good look at the racing surface. Everyone's picking up speed out there.
Were they having a donut contest on the backstretch there?
It would appear so. judging by the rubber marks.
That is, yeah, there it is. It's quite the handiwork. Couple sets of good years left down there. There's the bus still wheeling.
No smoke coming off its tires just yet.
Means you're not driving her hard enough.
I don't know how hard we want to see that bus drive, but we got some side-by-side pickup trucks off of turn number 4.
Guy in the black truck would do well in King of the Hill, I think.
You might be the head maestro of King of the Hill racing here in Ontario.
Well, we have it at Delaware once a month, so that's why. We had a great crowd out last night. We had a Viper racing. We had an Audi TT that won for the second straight King of the Hill. We actually got a King of the Hill sponsor this year, so it was actually prize money instead of just a T-shirt for racing your $80,000 car.
Do you still have people try to pitch in for minivans?
We had the minivan was the crowd pleaser last night. We had a fire-breathing Honda Odyssey that actually punched out an HHR and went to the second round and almost got to the third round as well. We had a Viper that got loose, almost put it in the fence. We had a Mustang. This was cool, Adam. We had a Mustang with the actual wrap, like the Marlboro orange and white wrap on this Mustang, and that fluorescent red that they used on those Penske cars for so long.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether it was Tracy or Mo or Little Al behind the wheel, but that wasn't any of the three because he didn't win.
The color scheme, I don't know if you've seen my son's sprint car, but it's kind of borrowed from the Marlboro design.
I always like those cars.
But on an upright sprint car, it's quite a bit different, but if you look at them side by side, say, okay, I see where the inspiration came from for this.
There you see, good crowd hanging in there.
Yeah, the fans have shown up. Thank you so much, race fans. We hope you've enjoyed things so far. We've seen some intense qualifying heats. There were some ruffled feathers in the TQ midget heat, so that's always fun. And I believe they're clearing the trucks off the racetrack. We might be fixing to go racing. I see the flagman giving a big nod. So the track is now clear, and we await activity.
I was telling you a story about last night at Delaware Speedway. We were supposed to get that rain, and it just stopped on the horizon. And you could see those clouds, but it didn't get close enough to hamper any racing activity, which is cool because the radar did not look good.
No, someone told me there was weather going on last night. We didn't see it where we were, so that's always a good thing on race night. We want Mother Nature to cooperate when she can, but don't have much control over that. So as we look down, the pace truck is in position in turn number 4. There we go, almost like it was on cue. The Legends cars, I believe, should be the next thing coming on the racetrack unless they go to the late models and have the APC time trials. But I can't imagine they would run APC time trials as the first thing on a dried racetrack.
It doesn't look like it, and it's like they didn't slow down long enough for Heather to get out of the truck.
I think Heather
Maybe she likes it. Maybe it is a cool view.
You're not wrong.
And as long as he doesn't jerk the wheel to the left too hard, you're okay. We're going to have an impromptu pickup truck race.
Anything is possible on the long weekend up here.
Now you're talking about King of the Hill and goofy stuff. I came across a video on Facebook last night. It's the, I don't know how to describe it. It was the park the car on the trailer race.
Oh, those
Did
are
you
phenomenal.
See that? Oh, my. Oh, my.
So a truck with a flatbed trailer and basically ramps put down.
Mm-hmm.
So a truck takes off pulling a trailer with ramps. So if you can picture it driving around an oval track. And then a whole flock of chase vehicles. The goal is to park on the trailer first, and you win.
well, not letting anybody else park on the trailer.
Which would be hard enough on its own, just to park a moving car on a moving trailer. But when you've got others who will run into you and knock you off the trailer, that's where things really started to get exciting.
I just quite frankly think that should be a staple at every single racetrack once a year.
I don't see why it's not. I mean, that's guaranteed entertainment right there.
The craziest guy in the whole deal might be the guy driving the truck with the trailer on the back. Might as well put a big bullseye on the tailgate.
I think they all share in a little bit of the crazy. Going right to APC late models from what we hear.
You get it here first.
Late models are still mostly covered up down there in the pits. But when they come out, it'll be 17 cars looking to take time in groups of either 4 or 5.
That's why we let scoring do the math.
Yep.
17 goes into, I don't know, carry the 4. So again, some great stuff coming up still before the end of the year. Our next race will be back here at Sauble Speedway, along with the Dayco Superstocks. That's August 22nd. And then the big one to close up the season, probably I'm going to say the premier late model race in Canada, Adam. The Great Canadian 300 presented by Castrol at Delaware Speedway on Saturday, September 26th. And we will also decide the Dayco Superstock Series that day as well.
There's a lot of history right there. Hey, Dave Middleton, how are we looking? You're walking around in shorts. We good to go? Let's do it. I trust Dave.
I don't know what that move was. But if we put some music on, we might see it again.
Twist and shout. So the next sign we will look for in a positive direction will be the APC Series flagman, Sean Gibbs, who I don't see heading down here just yet. But once he is in his perch, we can be optimistic that we're going to see some cars on the track.
We can see the lineup to the ice cream stand from here, and he's not in it, so that's a good sign.
So qualifying is complete for the TQ midgets. Qualifying is complete for the Hurricane midgets, Outlaw midgets rather.
There's our sign right there, Adam.
Yep.
They're uncovering the cars. There's the...
Because Pete Shepard Jr. will be one of the first cars on the racetrack, I believe.
Yeah, they struggled in practice earlier on today finding...
They don't line up like that anymore.
This is true.
They line up by points, which I was scolded last time. Says Dwayne
But they don't
Baker.
have many of those either.
No, exactly.
Good-looking race car.
That's a Junior Hanley-built car, as Pete Shepard was telling us. Kyle Steckley, I believe that's Steckley's car, having the wrap pulled off. It could be Shea Gemmel's, though.
It looks like Spotter Justin down there of the Gemmel team. And cousin Jeremy Noon. Well,
Ha-ha. No, that's Gemmel. What's Kyle Steckley doing standing at a Shea Gemmel car? Like, we're easy enough to confuse
maybe
as it is.
Just saw the logo on the hood. And
Maybe he went to the wrong car.
Yeah.
Saw Sean Chenoweth in the background. He'll make his way over to the 89C. He will be early on to go out there. Has not been running full time.
But he had a good outing last time, Flamborough Speedway for London Recreational Racing 125. It was good to see Sean very, very competitive that night.
He looked great. Sauble Speedway is a track that he can do real well on as well. One that you got to charge the corners but still keep a little bit of race car for late in the race. That's kind of Sean Chenoweth's wheelhouse. Josh Stoddy there, driver of the number 17, making sure things are ready for him in the cockpit. Defending series champion. And the fastest driver from practice.
Gibbons Concrete Finishing Machine, Tom Gibbons, former regular on tour. And speaking of Sean Chenoweth, he is in contention definitely in the Dayco Superstock points heading into the final 2 races of the year. Lane Zardo leads the points with 192. Nick Ramsey is 8 back, and Sean Chenoweth is 9 back. So Chenoweth is still in championship contention for the Dayco Superstocks in his Stuart Kubota sponsored entry. And again, they'll be back in action here at Sauble Speedway August 22nd. 2 more races left. Heading to Delaware after that for the end of the year.
Okay, so we are going to... The planned schedule of events is once the track is ready, we're going to qualify the APC series, and then we're going to line them up and we're going to run the APC race. I like it.
Not wasting any time. That's what the folks here came here for. At least most of them. So we're going to try to make it happen just as soon as we can.
We're going to qualify.
Nathan Christensen, scorer extraordinaire. He's just a ray of sunshine.
And all around nice guy.
And he came down to share exactly what we just shared about qualifying than going racing. But I'd rather hear it twice than not at all, right, Jamie? So we're serviced very well. Looks like we're going to do a 50-50 draw as well down at the front. I see Dave nodding. So, folks, get your 50-50 tickets up. I'm going to have to try to read Dave's lips from here.
It's going to be some hand signals, I think. I don't know if Dave's reading out the 50-50 or trying to help land an ultralight.
Right. I think he's saying you can't park there. But they're going to bring up that winning ticket, so we'll be able to announce that.
I'd make Dave climb the steps. All of them. Oh, there we go. They started to give us the SOS, and then we cut away. There's Connor Maltese getting buckled in, second-generation driver in that 23 machine. And I got thinking on the way up here, Adam, the temperature a little cooler today. We might be in line for a track record, but I don't know. They got to pick up another half a second off the fastest time from practice. So it looks like that record from back in 2017, 9 years ago, Brandon Watson with a 14:050 is the track record holder.
That's pretty impressive, but it would be nice to see a 13-second lap as these pickup trucks are really giving her out there. Black crew cab on the inside, white crew cab up on the high side. They'll battle down the front straightaway. Here is your winning 50-50 ticket. If this is your ticket, head down to the flag stand. 012-77301. 012-77301. That's the winning ticket. Clinton, what's going on? Oh, I thought Clinton had cued his mic like he wanted to play with us.
Guys, and you've got so much going on.
All right, we will check back in with Clint.
23:62 on the black truck. That's what we got for a time. He's digging.
Well, given that there is no track record for safety vehicles or track trying vehicles, that sets the mark.
That's it. He's quick.
Sean Gibbs, wind them up. Somehow give them the signal that we're timing them. They're on the clock. Look at that. White crew cab to the outside with the hammer down, closing in on the pace truck. He's going to get...
White GMC's got the Highline working today, Adam.
Right, but he's going to get picked by the Sauble pace truck.
Just move him.
Where's your lineup?
Nathan has come to join us once again. 48 of Pete Shepard. It's supposed to be the first car out in Group A. He is going to be the last car out in Group A. They had a mechanical failure on that race car. So I'm sure they just want to make sure everything is as it should be. But we are soon ready to go qualifying for the APC late models. I'm just getting my timing and scoring back up and running, so we're ready for it. Tom Gibbons was the fastest car in practice session earlier on as we have a look at Kendra Adams getting the gloves on. This was the track last year, Jamie, where I really thought Kendra Adams kind of turned the corner and started to become real competitive.
It started there, and it's continued through 2026. I mean, she just seems to get a little better each and every time out. Finds herself right now 9th in points. Had a couple situations happen the last couple races that weren't any of her doing. She got tangled up in a wreck at Peterborough as well as at Delaware, but has shown speed everywhere else and has definitely shown better racecraft here in 2026. So she's come a long ways in that Mobile 1 number 2 machine, and we'll see how she does here today in qualifying. There's Dan Bailey from Epic Racewear, sponsor of our fast qualifying alert, and Luke Duda, one of our photographers. I don't think the suspension's working as well as it should be on those bumps. That was some tough pedaling right there.
Yeah, that does not look like a fun ride to me.
I think I'd put the bike down and walk. There's defending series champ, primetime Josh Stotty. Won a bunch of features here at Sauble.
Let's try this.
Let's
hey,
try
guys.
it. Hey, Clint.
So everybody's starting to get loaded up here and get ready to go as you see Josh Stotty in here. I'm going to try and jump in and talk to him. Josh, let's talk about this quick re-rack. You know this track. Are you worried about any of the weather we've had and this quick turnaround? How's that going to affect your night?
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not the first group going out to qualify, honestly. Just a lot of rain. I'm sure the track's ready to go, but yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. We got a great crowd here. It's going to be what it's going to be.
All right, there you have it from defending champ Josh Stotty, guys. He's all buckled in and almost ready to roll out.
What we expect to see in group number 1 is Andrew Gressel in the 81, Tom Gibbons in the 10, Jacob Sutcliffe in the 27, Taylor Holdaway in the 41, and Pete Shepard in the 48. Now, I know the Sutcliffe team, they were having drivetrain issues. They had everything apart in the driveline from the engine back and were trying to troubleshoot that a little earlier on, so I'm not sure if they were going to make it out for qualifying. They were hoping to be able to get out for the race, but here comes Gressel in the 81, Gibbons in the 10, Holdaway in the 41, Shepard in the 48, and it looks like Sutcliffe is not going to make it out for the qualifying. They'll keep thrashing on that car to try to get him ready for race time.
Sutcliffe was in action last night in a mini stock invitational. Delaware Speedway finished 3rd. Doug Butler was the winner with Sean Taylor coming home 2nd. And there's the 81, former series champ, former track champ here at Sauble Speedway. The Road Warrior, Andrew Gressel, in that Canadian Union of Skilled Workers sponsored entry. And he was, for making his first start of the season, he was quick in practice, 6th fastest today. Should be, I guess, no surprise, though, for the amount of laps he's got here around Sauble Speedway.
He was not very happy with the performance of that 81, said he needs to find some speed, but they were working on it.
That race team's only been out once this year. They made a start of the Gold Rush in a super late model. There's the 10 of Gibbons. Him and Stotty involved in a pretty good championship battle for the late model points here at Delaware Speedway. And this Taylor Holdaway in the 41 machine, working his way off of turn 4, and lap times are going to start being posted on the board.
Pete Shepard Jr. out there in the 48. Of course, that's Petey Shepard III's father. We saw him in an interview a little earlier on. Andrew Gressel sets the pace with a 14.739.
Tom Gibbons up the board to 2nd. There's Pete Shepard in that 48. Sancor home sponsored entry, the Dwayne Baker owned machine. Gressel still your fast qualifier. Gibbons falls to 3rd now as Holloway up to P2.
Yeah, a little surprising as the white flag flies for Andrew Gressel, a 14.432. Let's see if Gibbons can knock much off of that. Up to second, 14.590. So Tom Gibbons starting to show up as Andrew Gressel comes by. A little bit slower, 4.22. The time Tom Gibbons hoping to beat. And he does not. 14.477, a 14.6 for Taylor Holdaway, 6.15, and a 14.644 for Pete Shepard Jr.
Gressel lit the wick there, too. That would have been P1 in practice. So the 81 definitely with some speed. And, again, he knows how to get around here at Sauble Speedway.
Now we'll see if that will hold up. On track now from Drumbo, Sean Chenoweth in the 89C. Great to see the 39 of Brady Smith back from Paynes Mills. Connor Maltese in the 23. Maltese is from Innisfil, and so is the driver, the number 2, Kendra Adams. The driver's on track. They get one more lap to get some heat into these American Racer tires and fire off next time by for their first of 5 laps on the clock. Only the fastest lap counts.
Here's a stat for you, Adam. I think I got this right. Andrew Gressel, 7 career feature wins in APC action. None of them here at Sauble Speedway.
Well, that's a little shocking, isn't it?
I had to double check the numbers there, but that's what I've got. There's Chenoweth in the 89C working his way through 3 and 4. Again, coming off a solid 5th place finish or a podium finish, at Flamborough in the London Recreational Racing 125. We have 2 podium finishes this year for Chenoweth at Flamborough.
Wow, jumps up to the 3rd spot. That's a good second lap for Sean Chenoweth. Usually it takes a few laps to really get up to racing speed, but he's at a 14.5 now. What can he do here on lap number 3? Picks up a few hundredths of a second.
There's Chenoweth. Working off turn 4. Brady Smith goes 6 right now. Chenoweth up to P2.
Needs to knock off 4 100ths of a second. I mean, that's how tight we're talking between first and second. Andrew Gressel has the top spot right now. Let's see what Chenoweth is able to do as he crosses the stripe. New fast time, a 3:99, 14.399. But Chenoweth at the top of the board. Andrew Gressel second, Tom Gibbons third, Brady Smith fourth. So the time to beat is now a 14.399.
Top 6 cars will get in the invert, so Kendra Adams on the bubble right now. As your 3rd group gets set to come out. And saw some stuff on Facebook earlier this week. Connor Maltese saying just how much help they were getting from the Stoddy team. And we'll see if it pays off here tonight. I did notice the MEP or MEI paving logo on the back quarter panel of the Maltese car.
That's awesome.
And, yeah, we'll see if it can make that 23 a little more competitive, and some good people helping them out there.
You know what? When teams that are a little bit newer show the dedication to be out there and trying to make their things better and faster, it's better for everyone on the track.
Well, the Stoddy team, they just care about racing, period. Josh's dad, Dwayne, was telling me that the track here at Sauble had asked about him running full-time, and he told him that we can probably do it this year, but there's one weekend I need off because my daughter's getting married. So if you can pull it off, and so Sauble worked around that, and they got Stoddy back out here on a weekly basis, which is great for the Sauble Speedway regulars.
And from what I've heard, things are going real well up here. The crowds have been good. The racers are supporting things, so good for them, good for the team up here. Sean Gibbs in the flag stand. Everybody appears to be in place. We're waiting for Group 3, who is going to be Shea Gemmel in the 3, Dale Shaw in the 83, Josh Stoddy in the 17, and Junior Farley in the 72. So, Jamie, was that official intelligence you were just getting?
Seems to be a little on-track issue with the radio frequency from what I'm hearing. So they're trying to get that sorted out.
They'll go to 97.9 the Bruce.
There you go. It's right in the infield. It's right in front of you.
I don't see what the radio issue could be.
Well, Gibbs has flag in hand. And here we go. Shea Gemmel won his first career win here at Sauble Speedway. He's in the 3 machine back in 2019. The APC Canusa Castrol sponsored entry.
Dale Shaw won a controversial one here last year, didn't he?
He did. It was a dandy.
He and Kyle Steckley had a great battle. There were some restarts going on, and I don't know if it was shenanigans or not, but maybe you could call it that. But either way, Dale Shaw got the better end of that one and visited victory lane.
I don't think you can really have a good race without some shenanigans.
Not at a track like Sauble. You've really got to get elbows up. You've got to take everything you can take and hope nobody else gives you something that you can't handle. 1 to go signal given. Shea Gemmel brings it off at turn number 4. Green flag in the air. He will start his first of 5 timed laps. I'll tell you, any of the 4 drivers on the track right now are capable of parking their car in P1 in qualifying.
There's Stoddy working at Canadian Flat Roof Systems machine down the backstretch now. You see Shea Gemmel in the 3. Again, winner at Flamborough. He's been on a roll at Flamborough Speedway this year. Won a 50-lapper last week. Has 2 Triple Crown wins, plus a win earlier on this year in APC competition. So
Dale Shaw jumps up to P3. Josh Dottie in 7th spot. Junior Farley into 5th. Shea Gemmel to P2 with the 14.400. He is 1/1000th of a second off the pole. Now Dale Shaw jumps to the top spot. 14.365. Josh Dottie up into the top 5. Junior Farley into 4th spot. Shea Gemmel atop the board, 14.342. Dale Shaw loses a little bit of speed that lap. Josh Dottie up to 5th. Junior Farley to 3rd as the checkered flag flies. Shea Gemmel loses some speed there. Dale Shaw a little faster, 14.359. Josh Dottie up to 3rd, 14.365. Junior Farley 4th. His best lap of 14.374. So right now, top 5 drivers are separated by 5/100ths of a second.
pretty close, that's for sure.
It's unimaginably close.
There's Connor Pritico.
So Shea Gemmel and Dale Shaw are locked into the top 6 invert. They are 1st and 2nd. There's only 4 cars left. Connor Pritico in the 19, 22 Kyle Steckley, 30 W Brandon Watson, and the 52 of Jake Sheridan.
Brandon Watson, your track record holder here at Sauble Speedway, also holds the record for most career poles. He's won 16 Epic Raceware Pole Awards on tour.
But he doesn't have the most top 5s, Jamie.
That belongs to Shea Gemmel. Top 5s and top 10s.
Yeah, amazing consistency by Shea Gemmel and longevity. Josh Dottie, of course, has the most longevity with 100 career starts.
I would hazard to guess Shea is only a couple behind him, though. And I bet you if you looked for career top 5s and top 10s, right behind Shea would probably be Josh Dottie.
That would not surprise me one bit, as we are under green now. So 5 laps to lay down a good one. Connor Pritico going to be the first driver to come by. It'll take them a couple laps probably to crack into the top 10, let alone the top 6.
Right now, Gressel on the hot seat. He's on the bubble, the 6th position with a 14.431. Pretty go quick so far.
Brandon Watson up to the 5th spot. New fast time, 14.305 for Jake Sheridan.
There's Connor Pritico, comes in tonight 4th in points. Chasing Kyle Steckley for 3rd by 3. In that Dumas development H&N roofing car, and there's your fast qualifier so far. Looking to knock down another Epic Raceware Pole Award here. White flag comes out this time by Jake Sheridan.
And Jake Sheridan has rolled out of the throttle. He is done. Connor Pritico done. Kyle Steckley still only in the 12th spot. Or 10th spot, rather. And he winds up 10th. So Josh Stoddy maintains his spot in the invert. It's Jake Sheridan with the fastest lap. Brandon Watson second. Connor Pritico third. Shea Gemmel fourth. Dale Shaw fifth. And Josh Stoddy sixth. Final car that'll be in the APC Series invert.
And for Jake Sheridan, career pole number 12 for the Strathroy Mount Bridges driver. Jake the Snake, great job in qualifying here tonight. Again, the 12th career pole for the driver of that 52 machine.
So we are told they're just going to line them up and go. We don't have eyeballs down there in the pits to see if that's what's happening right now, but I think we can trust it, Jamie.
It's a word on the street. I think you're going to see Shea Gemmel on the pole here tonight. Should be Dale Shaw on the outside of row 1.
Shea Gemmel on the pole will make things exciting for all of us because he takes no guff whatsoever out there.
So again, looks like Gemmel and Shaw on the front row. Sheridan will roll 6th, Watson 5th. And then row 2 will consist of Pritico and Stoddy.
So it looks like Sheridan is unbuckling from the 52, but we had been told they were just going to stack them up and roll them right out.
He wants to look good for his interview here.
Well, guys, I can jump in here anytime. Just waiting for Jake to get out of the car. He'll talk to Nikki and the crew here and get ready to go. And he'll jump out as our Epic Racewear Fast Time Award winner here tonight. And we'll see what Jake's got to say about the night ahead. Well, Jake, he'll pick up another Fast Time Award. What's your thoughts on the track and this quick re-rack? How does that change things for you?
Yeah, I'm excited to get out and get going right away. I'm excited. I'm shocked. We came a long ways from practice. I was really worried about this from practice, and cannot thank Paul and Joe enough to come over here, and we took the whole sway bar apart and found a little bit of a problem up there, and removed some load around and changed some rear springs, and man, threw the sink at it, made it a lot better. So without saying too much, really thankful for these guys. I can't thank their effort enough. I hope I get a chance to thank them again on the front straightaway.
This 52 car likes the long races. You seem to like these long races where we get strategy and more time to string things out. How do you feel about 175 tonight?
Finishes wise, the long races are our style for sure. We've done well in them so far this year, and I think I still got that aggressive sprint energy in me, but it seems to be as we've progressed and our cars have gotten better, I seem to be able to play a long game a little better recently. So I'm really excited for it tonight. Like I said, I was really worried about wearing the right front out after practice, and man, we made it a lot better. So I'm a lot more comfortable now, and the longer races just give you a little more time to be strategic if you got a good car, and if you got a good enough car, you can kind of let them play out and make decisions throughout the race. You're in good shape. So hopefully turns out like that again tonight.
Good luck, Jake.
Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
Remember a couple years ago, guys, we saw Jake get his first APC win here at the beach, and we'll see how it goes here tonight. They have got the cover over a couple of cars, but I think that's just to keep the hot setup warm, guys. That's it from pit lane here. We'll be down here chasing things all night.
We're going to take a quick break from Sauble Speedway. When we come back, it's going to be time to get them lined up and go racing with the Stewarts in Kubota 175.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Welcome to RacingAmerica.tv. From the local short tracks to the road racing stars of Trans Am, we have you covered. Subscribe now for live access to over 200 grassroots races streaming all season long. Watch anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front-row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordele Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
The Must-See Racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the Must-See Sprint Cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America.
Welcome back to Sauble Speedway. As you can see, cars are lining up on the front straightaway. Once we get them all in place, we will give you the starting lineup and then the most famous words in motorsport and get this show rolling. I'm Adam Ross with Jamie Maudsley up here in the booth. Clinton Jeffrey is trackside and pit side. He'll be chasing all the action, and it is a live pit road tonight, Clinton, so it's a little bit different than what we're used to at Sauble Speedway. All these teams have access to 6 tires, the 4 they qualified on, and 2 fresh American Racer tires on their pit boxes ready to bolt on If they feel they need to take on fuel, they can do that as well. Every time the yellow flag comes out, they will get the field in the proper order. They will open pit road, and then laps will not count for 4 laps while these drivers head down into the pits with the opportunity to take on those 2 tires or make adjustments. They'll come out in the same order they left the track in as long as they make it out within that 4-lap window, Jamie.
Yeah, it should be good. Keeps everybody safe on pit road. Again, this is part of our NTN Triple Crown for 2026. Race number 1, Peterborough Speedway. Race number 3 will be at Delaware Speedway as part of the Great Canadian 300 presented by Castrol, and this is the second event. So a series within a series. I didn't see a breakdown of the point standings, but I'm only going to assume Jake Sheridan's leading because he won at Peterborough. Probably be a pretty safe assumption.
Right.
I didn't even have to do any math on that one.
It's not like you. Normally you would do the math anyhow. Just for safety. As we have a look, Sheridan is out in front of Brandon Watson by 4 markers. Then Kyle Steckley, Connor Pritico, 25 back, 28 back, Junior Farley, 32 back. And a big opportunity probably with a home track race for Josh Doughty to try to close in some of his 35-point deficit.
And again, I like I said, I think it's going to come down with 3 races left to go to Sheridan and Brandon Watson, unless something catastrophic happens to both of them. But it looks like to be decided between those 2, but the race for third, it's going to be pretty intense in the last 3 races of the year.
You know things are going to get intense when we come to Sauble Speedway. That's just how it is.
I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of cars with the pretty knocked off them.
Got almost half the cars on the racetrack now waiting for the second half of the field to arrive.
Look at that, Sean Gibbs. He is a flagman. He's a car wrangler.
There's nothing he doesn't do, really.
On Friday night, he plays race director.
Yep, that's true, too. How shocking is it that half the field is on the track and Kyle Steckley is still in the pits? Not a stellar qualifying effort for Kyle Steckley, the driver of the number 22. But we've got a lot of laps in this race. We've got some strategy that's going to play out. Speak of the devil.
Again, it's a question of which tires you keep for that pit stop and which ones you start on. And we saw that happen to Kyle Steckley at Peterborough, where he had a very good car in the first half of the race. And then after the pit stop, the car just went away on him.
We've seen that. These American Racer tires don't always do what the teams expect they're going to do in terms of how much they grow or where they settle in from a stagger standpoint. Tom Gibbons was the fastest car in practice today, was unable to crack the top 10 in qualifying. That's how hard it is out there.
There are legit 10, 12 cars that could win this one tonight.
Well, guys, I'm down here trackside. I'm going to bother Brandon Watson. Brandon, you've had some great runs lately. What does the weather delay and the switch in the schedule do for your game plan tonight?
It's definitely throwing us off a little bit, but we're in here. We're strapped in, ready to go. It's going to be a good race. 175 laps, lots of good cars. So try and stay up at the front here, keep it clean, and have something at the end.
All right, good luck. There's Brandon Watson, guys, driver of the number 30 car here down the front straightaway. He's been hot lately and coming on at the right time. We'll see what he can do here tonight.
6 career wins at Sauble Speedway for Brandon Watson. The last one, though, coming way back in 2021. Now, again, he did take a little sabbatical after that, but it's been 5 years since he went to Victory Lane at Sauble. We'll see if he can get back there tonight again. Picked up the win at Flamborough a few weeks ago.
Well, I got Andrew Gressel here. Andrew, home race for you. You know, we've seen you a few years here with the APC Series, haven't been racing full time. How do you feel about your chances getting into tonight in a one-off here at home?
Yeah, not really too sure here. This could be a long race. It's going to be a great race, but just happy to be out here, having some fun, and really looking forward to it, man. We're going to see what we can do here.
All right, they're here from Andrew Gressel, guys. He is a favorite here in the hometown crowd in the 81. We've seen him have some fantastic runs here. And let's jump in here with Kyle Steckley before we get going, guys. Kyle, how do you feel about this race? 175, you've been racing a lot in the States and a lot of the bigger series and longer races. How does 175 play into your game plan here tonight?
Yeah, just hoping we can get all 175 in here. Qualifying wasn't great for us, but I think we have a good APC Auto Parts Center's number 22, and hopefully we get enough laps we can try and head to the front here.
All right, good luck, Kyle Steckley here in car number 22. Adam, we'll take it up to you guys when we're ready to get going for driver introductions.
Let's give you the starting grid. Not making it to the grid yet, but we're not going to count them out. Scheduled to start 17th from Innisfil. The 27 is Jacob Sutcliffe.
On the outside of row 8 in the 23 machine, sponsored by Awesome Racewear, Paragon Office Installations, and Metallogics. It's Innisfil's Connor Maltese. And alongside Connor on the inside of row 8, make his return to racing after a number of years off. Good to see Pete Shepard Sr. behind the wheel of that Zancor Homes number 48.
Starting in the 14th spot on the outside of row number 7, the Mobile 1 RPM Designs Wounded Warrior Canada number 2 from Innisfil, it's Kendra Adams. To her inside from Aurelia, the Academy Construction Brody Enterprises Holdaway Automotive number 41, Taylor Holdaway.
On the outside of row 6 in the Simons Innovation BASF Strive Excavating number 39 from Paynes Mills, it's Brady Smith. And on the inside of row 6 in the CarQuest Port Elgin Gibbons Concrete Finishing number 10, it's Tom Gibbons.
Rolling off in the 10th spot from Milverton, driving the number 22 APC Auto Parts Center's Pennzoil Dayco AW Millwright sponsored entry, it's Kyle Steckley. To his inside from Hepworth, the Canadian Union of Skilled Workers, Sauble Falls Tent and Trailer Park, number 81, Andrew Gressel.
On the outside of row 4 in the London Recreational Racing, Tri-County Sandblasting, number 89C from Drumbo, it's Sean Chenoweth. And on the inside of row 3, sponsored by Home Hardware and Burns Workwear, in the 72 from Guelph, put those hands together for Junior Farley.
Outside of row number 3, the Reynolds Trucking and Harvesting Raptor Filters Pride Seed Vibrant Farms number 52 from Mount Bridges, it's Jake Sheridan. And starting 5th from Creemore, the Elliston Gallagher ECF Bender GFL Port City Race Cars number 30, Brandon Watson.
On the outside of row 2 in the H&M Roofing, Dumas Development Southwest Property Care, number 19, two-time winner on tour from Kilworth, it's Connor Pritico. And on the inside of row 2 in the Canadian Flat Roof Systems, Farrier Contracting, Vinnie's Masonry, number 17, from Chesley, it's primetime Josh Stoddy.
Your front row on the outside out of Guelph, the Wellington Systems, Grassel Excavation, Shaw Motorsports, and has a brand new partner on the car in Dutch Boy. Out of Guelph, the number 83 is Dale Shaw. And on the pole from Dorchester, the APC Auto Parts Center's Canusa, number 3, Shay Gemmel. We're going to take a quick break here. No, we're not. We're going to go straight to Clint as we introduce Ainsley Elizabeth with the Owen Sound Little Theater Company to sing the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And now we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the most famous words in motorsports.
The Must-See Racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the Must-See Sprint Cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America.
The MyRacePass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the MyRacePass app today in Google Play and the App Store. MyRacePass, the ultimate racing resource.
Welcome back, race fans, to Sauble Speedway, and now for the most famous words in motorsport, we'll go trackside with Clinton Jeffrey.
All right, everybody, I need your help. If you want to go racing, let's make some noise. 3, 2, 1. Drivers, start your engines.
No sign of the Sutcliffe car coming out of the pits. What a bummer.
And I want to touch on something real quick, Adam, before we move on. It's been a couple weeks since we've been on the air. I want to throw a shout out to Doug McLean, his whole family. Obviously, tragic accident at Flamborough Speedway a few weeks ago. And I mean, Doug was always that guy who was smiling when you got to the racetrack. It was like every time you went to the racetrack, you had to make sure you said hi to Doug. And again, tragic accident a couple weeks ago. He will be missed, and our condolences to him and his family.
No, absolutely. Doug McLean was one of a kind, just a gem of a gentleman, and he will be missed. And there's been some really nice tributes pour in from all over North America. In fact, but Flamborough's made some changes already and had a beautiful memorial for him, and he is in our thoughts. Let's start out. Let's have a look at the ones to watch, and we're going to go all the way to row number 5, the outside of the 5th row. Kyle Steckley in that APC number 22. Jamie, he was just the fastest car here last season. Both races, he seemed to be the hot rod to beat, and things didn't entirely go his way.
He's a 3-time winner here at Sauble Speedway, and definitely one to watch here tonight. Will he be able to overcome this 10th place qualifying effort? Definitely had a sort for him, so I'm not sure, did he miss a mark a few times while he was out there, or has he got that good set of tires for the second half of this race?
You just don't know, but the second one to watch is right beside him in the number 81 on the inside of row number 5.
Only 2 starts this year so far for Andrew Gressel. He raced the Gold Rush Super Late race at Flamborough Speedway back about a month ago, and making his second appearance on the track this year here in the Pro Late model for the Stewart's Equipment Kubota 175.
And if you're not sure where to focus on at the start of this race, keep an eye on that 81 right next to the 22. I think both of them are going to look to pick up some spots early in this one, gain some track position.
Here's the problem, though. Look at the guys that are in front of them. They got some tough competition that they're going to have to pass and get up there. Junior Farley, no slouch. Obviously, Jake Sheridan, winner of 3 in a row earlier this year. You got Brandon Watson there. who was our Epic Raceway Fast qualifier. Connor Pritico, third in points. Josh Stoddy, your defending champ. Shea Gemmel, who's won a bunch of times here in 2026, just not quite on tour. And, of course, Dale Shaw. So, yeah, the 81 and the 22 can get it done, but they are coming from deep in the pack to get it done. But the good news is 175 laps to get it done.
Jamie, the APC series has the same challenge that a lot of racing series do right now. There are no field fillers.
No,
every car out there is quality equipment, and it's going to be fun to watch. Next time at a turn number 4, we're going to set them loose. Shea Gemmel on the inside, Dale Shaw on the high side. They're going to bring us to the green flag.
Gemmel's got to be pumped being on the pin here for the site of his first ever APC win.
Yellow
back
is out.
in 2019.
We are staying under yellow.
One to go now this time by.
One more lap. 175 laps is the distance. Bad blood spills over in stock car racing from one race to the next, and this is a racetrack where it can really boil over.
It's like a blood donor clinic here in 2026. Here we go, off of turn 4. We're finally underway for the Stewart's Equipment Kubota 175. Into one, it'll be Gemmel on the bottom.
Gemmel down low, Dale Shaw rolled on the high side. He'll get the advantage down the back straightaway. Can't close the door just yet. Gemmel going to try to roll the inside, but Dale Shaw comes out with the lead to complete lap 1.
Good job by Dale Shaw, the inaugural series champ back in 2015. Going to the front here on the start. He's going to be the early leader. New sponsor again aboard the back TV panel of that 83 in Dutch Boy Services. And you see the 52 of Jake Sheridan. He's able to make his way by Chenoweth and Stoddy.
Yeah, Chenoweth up on the high side as well, trying to clear the 17 of Stoddy. He'll do so off of turn 4, and now Brandon Watson up there. Junior Farley even going to look to the outside, so I don't know if Josh Stoddy having issues here in the early going, but drivers going to the high side of that number 17.
I think what I'm seeing, Adam, is just a really good high side here tonight. It looks like a really good two-groove racetrack. We saw how Shaw was able to use that outside to take the lead right off the drop of the green. And there you see Stoddy on the bottom. And the 72 of Junior Farley up top, and Farley's going to get it done on the outside.
I don't know if Stoddy has a right front tire that maybe is going down, but the car's pinned to the bottom. He's just not making real quick laps out there. Lost a few spots. Next in line is Kyle Steckley. Steckley is not going to the outside. He poked a nose to the inside. As Dale Shaw has company at the front, Shea Gemmel is closed in on the back end of the number 83.
Just looking at the lap times, and Josh Stoddy, yeah, he's definitely off the pace. He's about 2 or 3 tenths of a second worse than everybody else right now in that 17. So definitely a issue, it's looking like, on that 17 of Josh Stoddy. And there you see your front duo, Dale Shaw. But Shea Gemmel has not let him go in the 3 car.
Certainly hasn't, and Jake Sheridan just picked up the 3rd spot from Connor Pritico. So Sheridan in that number 52 up into P3. See if he can close in on the lead duo.
Chenoweth goes 5th. How nice would it be to see him go to the podium for the 2nd time in a row here tonight. There's Chenoweth working underneath the back bumper of Connor Pritico down into 3 and 4. Chenoweth poking, prodding. Little contact there off of turn 4, trying to get the run on Pritico, and looks like he will down into 1.
Gets that track position to the inside, drives that beautiful London recreational racing number 89C to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's just inching his way along the 19 of Connor Pritico. About a foot behind at the start-finish line. Now he's about a foot ahead as they work off turn 2.
I'm a sucker for a yellow race car, Adam, and those two are 2 beautiful race cars. Great schemes on the 89C of Chenoweth and the 19 of Connor Pritico, and of course, fast cars always look good too, and those cars are both quick. Now Chenoweth looks like he's going to pull the pass off on Pritico, and now Pritico's in trouble because here comes Brandon Watson as well.
Well, he's got more trouble than that because Junior Farley is right behind Watson. There is a gap back to Josh Stoddy. Stoddy seems to be picking up the pace in that number 17, but he's a lot farther back than we would expect to see him.
Stoddy's fast time so far in 14.680, so maybe just really low tire pressures in that 17, and they finally come up. we'll see as we work lap 15. 15 now on the board. At the 175, they'll make up tonight's Stuart Kubota 175.
Junior Farley in the 72 working the inside of Connor Pritico. Farley is one of the drivers we see that is very comfortable mixing it up, running a physical style of race, so we sometimes see a little bit of some sparks coming off from the 72 in the cars that he is around, but right now having a good, hard, clean battle with Connor Pritico.
Well, if you remember Flamborough 1, him and the boss, Dale Shaw, went at it pretty hot and heavy. I'm sure it ended up with Dale Shaw having to do a lot of body work in between Flamborough and the next race. And Farley's going to get by with no incidents there. Now here comes Stoddy. Now Stoddy looking to the outside of Pritico. And he's got Steckley now looking to the inside of that 17 machine.
Yeah, that didn't work out well for Josh Stoddy. And for all that battling lap after lap between Junior Farley and Connor Pritico, still wasn't enough to allow Stoddy to close in to make a move.
There's Steckley. Stoddy side by side down into turn 1. Steckley still works the bottom. Stoddy up top. Steckley will give him lots of room. Josh Stoddy, prime time Josh Stoddy out of Chesley, Ontario. Still slinging it on the outside. And now here comes the Road Warrior, the 81 of Andrew Gressel now into the mix.
A little further back, Tom Gibbons made a move on Brady Smith. Taylor Holdaway going to try to follow him through on the inside. And it's starting to matter because the race leader, Dale Shaw, is within half a straightaway of Pete Shepard Jr., within a full straightaway of Connor Maltese, and that's a little bit more than a full straightaway ahead of him is Kendra Adams, Brady Smith, Taylor Holdaway, Tom Gibbons all in a row.
You see that battle between Steckley and Stoddy still going on. Gressel not able to keep with that duo. And now Pritico looks like right in front of that. He wants that spot back from Junior Farley. Took Farley a long time to get by, but Pritico's looking for a way to get around that 72 machine.
152 laps to go, now 151 laps to go as Shaw gets to the back end of Pete Shepard Jr. He'll swing to the outside.
And Stoddy's now got Steckley rooted up off the bottom. How about this? Primetime Josh Stoddy will wrestle that 8 spot back away from Kyle Steckley. So we figured we'd see Steckley float his way to the front, but it's not happening very quickly, Adam. He's got a couple spots from his 10th place starting position, but that's about it.
The driver on the move, I think, is Jake Sheridan at 52. He's up to the 3rd spot now, gets around Pete Shepard Jr. He'll try to close in on the lead duo. About a dozen car lengths off the back end of Shea Gemmel in that 3, but the 52 is turning some really good laps.
There's Jake Sheridan. Right in front of him, you'll see that battle for the lead. That's what 1.4 seconds looks like around Sauble Speedway. That gap between him and the 3 of Gemmel and the 83-year leader of Dale Shaw to Guelph. And it's still about 1.4 seconds for Sheridan, so looks like he's running about the same speed as that front duo.
So keeping them in his sights, they've got a bit of daylight back to the 89 as Sean Chenoweth, who runs in the 4th spot. Brandon Watson 5th in the 30. Watson is right up behind Chenoweth, not putting a ton of pressure on him yet, but he is kind of sizing him up, opening up his corner entry to see if he can cut across the groove and maybe get a nose to the inside. Not far behind him is Junior Farley and Connor Pritico, so Watson and his spotter will be looking at that as he has to look to the outside of Chenoweth off of turn 2.
Chenoweth gives Watson the lane. The 2-time champ will take it down into 3 and 4. Off of 4, Watson can't get the grip. Now he does. He's going to roll to the outside of Chenoweth. This battle for 4th off turn 2.
You know, with these drivers obviously can't communicate with each other, but Sean Chenoweth made it clear with the line he was driving that the outside was available to Brandon Watson.
And he made it clear there that he wasn't going to get picked behind the 48 of Pete Shepard Sr.
Well, that's just it. You know, you do something courteous, but then you get to a slower car and you've got to be assertive. So Chenoweth did what he had to do, put them 3 wide for a second. Junior Farley closing in on the back end. And now Brandon Watson has some choices to make.
Well, Brandon Watson's got to get moving here because Farley has slowly reeled him in. Farley just a car length and a half off that rear spoiler of Brandon Watson. There's that battle for 4th between Chenoweth and the 89C, that beautiful London recreational racing white, blue, black, and yellow machine, and the Dutch Brothers Ellis Don entry of Brandon Watson, your two-time champ.
So Watson looking to the outside as though he wants it to work. Chenoweth is coming off the bottom of the turn right up to the wall, but there's lots of room because Watson's not able to roll the top side fast enough to make it an issue.
And while all this has been going on, things are getting interesting for second now. Sheridan has reeled in Gemmel into turn 3 and 4. He is on the hunt. Your point leader, the 52 of Jake Sheridan, given the 3 of Gemmel, fits right now down into 1 and 2.
Dale Shaw by his lonesome goes to the outside of Connor Maltese. Gemmel gets to Maltese first, so Jake Sheridan going to wait behind him, although Maltese comes up off the bottom a little bit. Sheridan had a thought about going to the inside.
If that said 37 to go and not 137 to go, it might have been a different story.
You're absolutely right there, but Dale Shaw now has a nice 10-12 car length cushion, about 1.2 seconds over Shea Gemmel in that number 3, and Chenoweth has Brandon Watson really searching around, trying to find a line that might get a nose on the inside of Chenoweth.
Well, because he's got Junior Farley filling up that rear view mirror, and then you've got Pritico, Staddy, and Steckley all piled up behind them as we look at this battle for second now, off turn 4 and back to the stripe. Gemmel still holding serve, but Jake Sheridan doing everything he can to figure out a way to wrestle second place away from Gemmel.
As early as it is in this race, Shea Gemmel's going to try to hold on to second. Jake Sheridan's going to race him hard but clean. The battle behind them, though, is a different story. Chenoweth, contact between Pritico and Junior Farley. Pritico gets to the inside of that number 72. Josh Dottie right up to the back bumper on that 19. They'll race door to door down the backstretch. This would be a good time for Chenoweth if he wants to concede that position to give Watson the inside where he could get back in line without losing that spot to Pritico. Because when they were stacked up, Chenoweth was going to lose 5 spots if he let Watson get to his inside.
Well, if I were Sean Chenoweth, I'd keep doing what I'm doing and just keep bottom feeding, make Watson go the long way around. That only works for so long until the patience runs out.
No, exactly true. And we're 130 laps to go, so still lots of racing.
And like we said last time out, we saw a 99-lap green flag run at Flamborough, so it can be done.
Well, it won't happen here because there's a mandatory yellow if they go 75 laps without a caution.
I do understand that, but your trivia question for the night, this was the first place we ever went green to checkers with no yellow in between. 25-minute race.
And it's great racing. Like, there's lots going on. Dale Shaw closing in on Kendra Adams. Andrew Gressel. Jake Sheridan closing the gap. He's at 1.5 seconds, but I imagine that'll be closer this time. No, only by 100.
Now your leader's got his work cut out for him. Dale Shaw has caught Kendra Adams. The 81 of Gressel, the 39 of Brady Smith. He's going to work to the outside.
And watch, Dale Shaw started this pass in turn 3 of the previous lap. Drove to the outside. He is still not even up to the rear bumper of Kendra Adams in the number 2. So a full lap later, he really hasn't gotten far. Kendra Adams has given that outside line. I think Dale's had a bit of enough. He's going to drive to the inside this time, or try to, but Kendra Adams is getting off the corner pretty well.
Now Shaw looks like he's going to have position, but this has cost him that gap. Jake Sheridan right there in the 52 now.
Jake Sheridan, the fiance of Kendra Adams, gets to the inside, so now the gap's only a couple of car lengths between first and second place. Shea Gemmel even closing in a little bit from the 3rd spot.
Jake Sheridan, 3 wins on the year, was victorious at Peterborough, Flamborough, and Delaware on Canada Day.
Connor Pritico putting more pressure on Brandon Watson right now than Watson is putting on Sean Chenoweth. That is notable. Chenoweth gets around Pete Shepard. Dale Shaw going to the outside of Andrew Gressel off of turn number 4. Jake Sheridan, an interested observer right behind him. Sheridan going to have to run the high side. in 1 and 2 and stay up there for 3 and 4 as he is not clear.
Junior Farley's lost a couple of spots. Steckley and Stoddy both have got by the 72 machine. Farley finds himself back in 9th right now.
A lot of racing still to go. 120 laps remain. We're 50 laps into this one.
Gressel's now been lapped by your leader. He's about a straightaway behind Brady Smith. He'll be the next on the chopping block as you see that race that continues. That's 5th and 6th. Brandon Watson, Connor Pritico, Josh Stoddy in 7th right behind them. And this is all going on not too far behind 4th place, Sean Chenoweth.
In open racetrack, Dale Shaw looks to be possibly pulling away a little bit. No, Sheridan was 2/100ths of a second quicker that time. Shea Gemmel trying to get around Andrew Gressel. It's a little bit more challenging for the driver of the 3 car. Now we'll have a run down into 3 and 4.
You got 2 pretty even race cars up front between Shaw and Sheridan. They work off turn 2 and down the backstretch. You see that Raptor Filters number 52. Burying the nose down into 3 and 4. Still chasing down Dale Shaw, who's been leading since the get-go.
Shaw has led some laps. Further back, Sean Chenoweth running in the 4th spot is caught up to Connor Maltese. He gets a little bit squirrely in 1 and 2, but gets a good run off the second turn. Maltese gets down out of the way. Chenoweth will clear him into 3 and 4, come across into the racing groove, and leave Brandon Watson to have to fight with the 23 through 1 and 2.
Dale Shaw, who came into tonight, your inaugural series champ, 7th in points. He was 8 points back of Josh Stoddy. He's already got a bonus point for leading a lap, and he's not too far away from clinching that other bonus point for leading the most laps in the 83. I believe if I do the math right, 88 would be halfway, correct?
Of 175, I believe you are correct.
There's Jake Sheridan. Still stalking your leader off turn 4. And your leader has caught Brady Smith. Now he'll swing to the outside. Pete Shepard Sr. as well right there.
Very sportsmanlike of Brady Smith to get down to the inside, out of the way, because he's faster than Pete Shepard Jr.
Brady Smith still running 12th right now, and first time we've seen him at Sauble Speedway. He says it's been 9 or 10 years since he's been up here. And one of the feel-good stories of the APC series this year, Brady for years has struggled weekly at Delaware, got the chance in this Simon Innovation car, really good equipment, and it's been showing weekly at Delaware. And when he has come out to the APC events, he's been competitive as well in that 39.
It's a steep learning curve. You know, when you're used to Delaware Speedway every week, that is a big, fast half mile. You come to these tracks like Flamborough, Peterborough, Sauble Speedway, these are night and day different from what you get at Delaware.
But kudos to Brady Smith and that Simon Innovation team for what they have done this year. Kudos to them getting up here to Sauble to participate here today and get some laps under the belt of that driver in the number 39, Brady Smith.
Kendra Adams putting the pressure on Andrew Gressel in the 81, and it's a fun battle to watch because Sean Chenoweth is closing in. Once those leaders get there, Gressel and Adams are kind of going to have to lay over to the side, slow down a little bit, so they'll be running the risk of going another lap down a whole lot faster.
That's the race for 13th right now. Gressel has the spot. Kendra Adams is in 14th. They're 1 lap down to your leader. And the leader is about, well, they're a lap and a half. Your leader's at start-finish now. And that Kendra Adams-Gressel battle out of turn 4 and to the start-finish line now.
And the battle for the lead is heating up. Jake Sheridan is rolled in on the 83 at Dale Shaw, right in the tire tracks through 3 and 4. In fact, he's about 2 feet lower on the racetrack than where Dale Shaw is running, and it looks like he's got the same line at both ends, able to hold it a little bit tighter to the yellow line on the inside of the track.
And again, we saw Jake Sheridan win here at Sauble Speedway before. First career win came back in 2021. He also had there was another afternoon where he had a real good shot. I remember he cut down a tire after some contact with J.R. Fitzpatrick. And we've got a new leader down into turn 1. How about this Jake Sheridan take it over the top spot.
Dale Shaw trying to cross him over in that 83. He's got a nose to the inside. Sheridan drives deeper down into 3 and 4, but Dale Shaw still right there. That almost had signs that Dale Shaw might not have been happy with the way Sheridan passed him, but I didn't see any funny business from here.
Oh, we got one around Sean Chenoweth in turn 4, and that will bring out the first yellow flag of the evening.
Huh. Chenoweth had been running good laps up in the 4th spot. So we are 74 laps in to the Stewart's equipment and Kubota 175.
So the big question, we're almost halfway. Who takes tires now? Who stays out and waits?
That is a good question. Chenoweth lights him up, spins that car around to get back to his running spot.
Here we'll see the replay. Oh, looks like Pete Shepard Sr. Just contact with the 89C.
Trying to get around.
Well, guys, down here in the infield, we've been watching the situation. It's been a bit of a drizzle, just a light mist here since the original green. And as we get closer to halfway point, we're going to have to keep this one going. I don't see anybody headed to the pits unless they got big problems, right, Jamie? What are you thinking here? I think they're going to hang tight.
I think you might see some guys at the back come in and throw some stuff at the car, but the other thing is if it looks like it's threatening, I mean, we might not be racing really to 175 laps. We might be racing to 88 laps.
Yeah, we do have a bit of a drizzle down. I don't know if Jack's showing the rock. And back home where we are, Glenn Starr's got a rock. He said when the rock's wet, we're done. And it's struggling to stay dry here. It's getting spit on, but we got it going.
Now, is that a special rock? Did you have to bring that rock from home?
Yeah, I brought that one. That's the weather rock from the Big O, guys, so make sure I leave home with it.
So
what's the rules on a weather rock? Like, is there this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
We don't know
Glenn
about the weather rock?
when the rock is wet, we're done.
Well, I get that part, but like, is there a special size of rock?
Nope.
Does it matter what type of stone it is?
Here, Jamie, I got a whole collection here. You can pick whichever weather rock you want to be the deciding factor here.
So there are multiple weather rocks. Okay.
I didn't get this collection. This was already on the wall here today. But yeah, look, you got one. It's a little bit wet. When they're soaked, we're done. But
what I want you to do is find the driest one, Clint, because that's the one we're going to go with.
That's the one on the bottom.
There you go. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Get going.
Dry. We're good to go. But it has been misting out here constantly. We haven't seen anybody run out of the grandstands yet. But we better keep counting laps.
Some of them have ponchoed up, just saying.
11 cars on the lead lap. There should be 12 after this caution. Brady Smith will get his lap back. No, I'm mistaken. And confused.
Taylor Holloway looks like is going to be the lucky dog.
Maybe so. I was just trying to catch up on timing and scoring, and it kind of boggled my mind for a minute. So, officials trying to get a report on the car that is ducked down into the pits, because they do get
4 laps.
4 laps to work on them. Pete Shepard Jr. in the 48, ducking off into the pits now. Brady Smith must have got the free pass because he's not getting to choose.
They did get that 48 car better from practice to qualifying for sure.
We are counting laps once again, guys. They just put up another one on the board here as we pace around under yellow.
I have a feeling they might give the laps back to the cars coming into the pits, and that's Connor Maltese, I believe, just coming out of the pits. A lot of moving parts up here.
Well, the good news, Adam, is we're racing. That's the main thing.
That's right.
It did not look good about an hour and a half ago.
Okay, Maltese back on the racetrack. They'll get him up ahead of Brady Smith, who is the free pass car.
And Coney has appeared.
Taylor Holdaway back on the track in that number 41, and it is time to choose. Jake Sheridan chooses low, Shaw high, so far everything is normal.
Well, we saw what Dale Shaw could do on the outside on the initial start. Not really too much out of the ordinary at the juice cone there.
Nope, things are pretty standard at this point.
1 to go sign being given to our field.
80 laps into the Stewart's Equipment in Kubota, 175. Pace truck peels off the track.
Field in the hands of Jake Sheridan. He will be the control car. Pete Shepard Sr. out late. And you've got Dale Shaw on the outside, who was stout on that initial green flag on the high side. He's going to race Sheridan hard down into 1 and 2, but Sheridan will squirt out front off turn 2.
Shaw slid up just a little bit on the high side. He'll get down to the bottom quickly in 3 and 4. Pete Shepard about a straightaway ahead of the leaders, came out of the pits a little bit late, but what a battle. Gemmell and Connor Prittick go side by side for the 3rd spot as Dale Shaw sticks a nose to the inside of the race leader. He's got some speed in that 83. He might want the lead back.
He's going to challenge on the inside down into 1. They'll work down into 1 with Sheridan on the outside, Shaw on the bottom. Shaw wheels that 83 on the inside. Sheridan fights back on the high side, and there's still door handle down 3 and 4.
Sheridan squeezing Shaw down as far as he can. Dale Shaw keeping that 83 car where he wants it. Sheridan tries to close the door, but the door was not closable. Dale Shaw keeps the front bumper of that 83 in there.
Shaw had his foot firmly planted inside the door frame. And they're not done. Still Sheridan on the high side. Going to give Shaw the bottom down into 1 and 2. He pinches him down in the middle of the corner. I believe they made some contact there. And this is not done.
What a great side-by-side battle for the lead as they race up at turn 4. Little bit of contact at the exit of turn 4. Just good, hard, short track racing.
They are not done. The 83 of Shaw. Inaugural Tramp on the bottom. Your point leader, Jake the Snake Sheridan, up top. Little contact off of turn 4, and Sheridan finally looks like he's closed the deal, but Shaw's not done.
Nope. Sheridan, though, was able to close the door that time. Shaw did not have a leg to stand on. He'll settle back into the 2nd spot. All the battling among the leaders allows Connor Prittick to close in. Brandon Watson up into 4th, and they're side by side. Josh Dottie and Shea Gemmell racing for the 5th spot.
Right behind them, you've got the 72 of Junior Farley, the 22 of Kyle Steckley. Stottie will close the deal, gets in front of that pair of APC cars off of turn 4, and give Josh Stottie P5.
Meanwhile, at the front, Jake Sheridan a couple of car lengths ahead of the 83 of Dale Shaw. Connor Prittick closes in. Now it looks like Shaw might be having trouble keeping that 83 right to the bottom of the racetrack.
You got the 19 breathing down his neck, Connor Prittick. He's got 2 victories on tour, both coming at Delaware Speedway. Would love to put up number 3 here at Sauble. His cousin Matt Prittick, former series champ, multi-time winner here at Sauble, and our halfway leader, on the recreational racing halfway leader, goes to the 52 of Jake Sheridan.
Sheridan swings to the outside to go around Pete Shepard Jr. in the 48. He will slam the door shut, which is a bold move after what happened to Sean Chenoweth, but it worked for Sheridan. Now Dale Shaw going to do the same, sending it in on the high side in 3 and 4. Connor Prittick gets around as well.
It's a little bonus money for Sheridan as a McCall halfway leader. And nice move by the 72 of Farley. He's going to get in front of the 3. And here comes Sean Chenoweth. After being spun a few laps ago, he's fighting his way through the traffic. He's got a pretty good hot rod in that 89C.
Chenoweth with some speed out there. Shea Gemmell now the driver dropping through the field. Tom Gibbons gets around him. Andrew Gressel looking to the inside, and that number 81. Meanwhile, at the front, Jake Sheridan leads the way by about 5 car lengths over Dale Shaw in the 83.
Dale Shaw's got bigger problems to worry about than the 52 because he just got a little loose through 1 and 2, and now the 19 of Connor Prittick is going to strike into 3 and 4. It's Prittick on the bottom. Dale Shaw up top. They're wheel to wheel down into 1 again.
Close quarters racing down through 1 and 2. Shaw able to roll the outside, but just no match for the shortness of the inside lane around here. That's where the rubber is. That's where the groove is. And Shaw's going to try to get back in line before Brandon Watson can get to his inside. But he's not able to do it. He's going to have to try to roll the top one more time.
You see in our split screen in the bottom portion, that 3 is evil. Connor Maltese now getting around the 3 of Gemmel. Looks like he's shaking the car back and forth to find out just what's wrong with it. Definitely a lot of heat being generated out of the right front on the brakes. You can see those rotors glow cherry red. So definitely something to miss on that 3 car. He is praying for a caution right now.
And you either have to wait for a yellow or sometimes try to make your own. We'll see what happens here with Gemmel. He is now at the tail end of the field in the 3 car and hanging on for dear life. That car
he just spun it by himself off turn 2. I think he had an itch to scratch.
See, not everything in the good old days is good, because it used to be you would find a sacrificial lamb and you would spin them out to get your yellow. It's much more gentlemanly just to spin yourself.
Yes. Well, here we're going to get a replay of it. Shea Gemmel into 1 and 2. And oh, look how the back just stepped out on him there when the wheels got cranked to the left.
What's not good is that the right front brakes are glowing red, but the left front brakes are not. It should be pretty darn similar.
Now, Gemmel is not refired either, though. Not sure if he stalled it when he looped it.
Ruh-roh. So who were we worried about before going laps down in the pits? Let's see if they made any corrections. Holdaway was in the pits, and he is showing 3 laps down. Connor Maltese is showing even more laps down. So caution laps we didn't think were going to count. Jamie Maudsley has gone to investigate. Is Shea Gemmel getting that 3 car spun back around in the right direction? Mowing some infield grass here at Sauble Speedway. Clinton, you're on the infield, aren't you, Clinton? So you don't have access to the pits.
No, I'm stuck in the infield here, but Jack and I are debating, should we go to the pits? I just don't see anybody going to the pits with the weather situation we've got. If it opens up, you're going to be last. So I think you're going to see these guys ride it as long as they can. Now, can they go 175 on fuel, guys? We know they can make it on tires, but what's the thoughts up there? Can we do 175 here at Sauble?
I know Tom Gibbons said he wanted to pit and take on 5 gallons of fuel. Josh Dottie comes into the pits in that number 17. Junior Farley is pitting, so weather be damned. These drivers going to the pits. Andrew Greswell, Connor Maltese, Kendra Adams, Shea Gemmel. Jamie Maudsley, tell us what you learned from the officials.
Watch for this green light on the fence right there. So that green light says that, and it also located off of turn 2 right by pit entrance. That is a controlled caution where laps are not being counted. So we're not counting laps now. The previous one was a quickie caution. So if that light on the fence and that green light right there that you see on the right side of your screen are yellow, then it's a quickie caution.
Does Sean wave the yellow flag faster for quickie cautions?
I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll have to keep track.
See, this is where it'd be nice if Clinton was in the pits. Clinton, you could go to those teams that are now down 4 laps and say, hey, did you know that laps were counting under that yellow? But let's not open that can of worms. That's for someone else to deal with. These teams have 4 laps with laps not being counted. And once they complete those 4 laps, so if they get out before the end of the 4 laps, they'll come out in the same order they went in, but they'll be at the back of the lead lap cars. If they take more than 4 laps, then they have to slot into the back of the field when they come out of the pits.
But in addition to being at the back of the field, you'll also be laps down.
Correct.
So we did hear down the hall from race control the order is correct, so that's good. We've got everybody in the right order. And my guess is as soon as those 4 laps are up, we're gonna go back green quick.
Jake Sheridan out in front in the 52. The 19 of Connor Pritico is second.
There you see all the work being done. Stoddy's car, the front of that group. Junior Farley behind them. They're going into the left side of Junior Farley's car. The 3 of Gemmel. Got the right side of that car up in the air. The right side of Kendra Adams and Connor Maltese's car both up in the air. And you see Stoddy's car, they're going into the left side as well.
Well, Clinton, Jeffrey, and Jackson, we just see them walking over there to get on the scene. Clinton, call these pit stops for us, my friend.
Well, they've got the left side here of the Stoddy car up under jack stands, and they're working on both sides of the car. So obviously some problems here for the Stoddy 17 car. You got the whole McCall crew in here looking at it, trying to figure out what is wrong with it. Kendra Adams will take her way out of here. They're dropping the 17 of Junior Farley, and bit behind them is the Gemmel number 3 that they are putting fuel in right now. But you know, Adam, you see all of the McCall superstars there, Paul Genioli, Joe Lawrence, everybody here trying to make adjustments to the 17 of the defending champ, Josh Stoddy.
Junior Farley getting back out in time. Shea Gemmel going to get back out in time, and so is Josh Stoddy. So they'll come onto the racetrack, then they'll shuffle the order once they're back on the track.
You're going to tell me, Paul. I got Paul here. Paul, what are you guys working on?
We're just tuning the car for Josh there. Sean Sprung's making some calls just to free him up a bit. Josh is feeling a little bit tight, so hopefully help him out for the end of the run here.
All right, good luck. Thanks, Paul. I just grabbed Paul. He's like, I'm not talking. I'm like, yes, you are.
He's a good sport and so smart. Paul Genioli knows his stuff. We have an overhead shot. There's Legends Racing still to come tonight. There's TQ Midget feature. There's a B main for the Legends and an A main. There's an Outlaw Midget feature. Lots of action up here on the Civic Holiday long weekend.
We still got some work to do tonight.
Got an official going for a jog down the front stretch. And laps once again are counting. So they're working on the order. Junior Farley took a couple more spots than he was supposed to, so they'll put Tom Gibbons and Brady Smith back ahead of that number 72.
Here's your leader, Jake Sheridan. Point leader as well. Took lead for the first time on lap 74 and has held it since.
Do you think if you're these drivers at the front, watching the others who went into the pits, are you nervous at all? They took on fuel. They made adjustments. Are you just happy that your car's good and you've got good track position?
I think the guys who had pretty good cars all stayed out. The guy I would want to watch who could be the quickest of the bunch that went in and made some changes is that 72 of Junior Farley.
Farley really comes to life when we come here to Sauble Speedway. And Josh Stoddy, if they got the balance right on that 17 of Stoddy, he can definitely make some moves here as the yellow flag is still being displayed.
Well, we've got a good sign. Cone Man's ready to go.
So the yellow flags tonight have been legitimate yellows. There will be no more distance yellows because they happen on a consecutive run of 75 laps or more, and we've only got 71 laps to go.
So the choose cone is out. My guess is Sheridan will take the bottom again, and he will. Connor Pritico is going to bounce to the outside. Watson to the bottom, Shaw to the outside. And how about Kyle Steckley, for as much as he was struggling the first half of this race, now finds himself up into 5th.
He's never out of it. If he's out there and the car still has fenders on it, he's going to be just fine.
The question is, does that group up front have enough for the new tire brigade that's going to be coming?
I don't know if anyone took tires of those cars that pitted. Although, Stoddy, it looks like the American Racer logo is on those right side tires, and I would imagine by now they would have been rubbed off if they were 100 laps old. We didn't have cameras on them quick enough to see if they took tires or made adjustments, so ask me in 5 laps. I'll have a good idea.
Here we go, back under green. It's Pritico up the top side. Sheridan on the bottom. They'll work through 1 and 2. Watson goes side by side. In the second row was Shaw. Then it's Steckley behind them.
Shaw losing a little bit of ground there in the second row on the outside, falling back into the clutches of Kyle Steckley, but at the front, Connor Pritico giving Jake Sheridan all the, oh, we got it one around, it got a couple around in 1 and 2, and your race leader is Connor Pritico.
About that, Connor Pritico takes over the race lead. Gemmel and Farley go around.
By 7 1/1000ths of a second.
And Gemmel has gone pit side, so Shea Gemmel's coming down to you, Clint. As the 72 of Farley's each started to get turned around. He's just waiting for the field to go by so he can back her on up. But Shea Gemmel coming to pit road, and we'll see if we got a replay.
They just stacked up 3 wide going down into the first turn. It looked like it was Farley on the inside, Gemmel in the middle, maybe Brady Smith up on the high side.
That was a pretty bold move by the 72 there. There's Shea Gemmel creeping down pit road.
But I don't understand.
This is a quickie yellow, though, so...
Hey, Jamie, you're better at stirring the pot. Ask them why the 19 isn't in the lead.
Well, guys, lots of damage down here for Shea Gemmel's number 3. It has got the left rear all tore up on it. The body is punched in on it, and he's going to have some work. And here comes Junior Farley into the pits as well in the 72, and he's got the right front towed out. Lots of problems on the 72. That right front does not look good at all. So we'll see if there's anything else wrong with the Gemmel number 3, guys. They're going under work onto the back end here.
Nice work, Clinton Jeffrey. We've got Jamie Maudsley on the hunt, trying to sort out timing and scoring. So it looks like so they must be going back. They must not have completed that lap because it sounds like they're putting Dale Shaw ahead of Brandon Watson.
Well, down here, guys, we're here at the Junior Farley pit, and it is towed out desperately. The right front is pushed way out, and Junior is taking the bucket off and getting ready to climb out here of this Burn Workwear 72 home hardware machine. And we'll get a word with him. The Gemmel crew behind us here on pit road still thrashing to try and work on the left rear of that car. We'll jump in here with Junior Farley as soon as he gets out, guys.
So my guess, Jamie, is they did not call that a completed lap.
Yeah, that's why.
That Pritico led, so they actually...
Big break for the 52.
It is. So what happens when they go yellow? It's basically the push of a button. As soon as they call yellow, timing and scoring pushes something.
Freezes. It freezes.
And it freezes. It goes back to the last lap that was completed. Not the last lap that was started, but the last lap that was completed.
Well, guys, I'm going to jump in here with Junior Farley. Junior, I know I'm the last guy you want to see right when you get out of the car, but what happened here?
Just went in and went right to the floor and got up over Shane and broke a spindle.
Okay, we appreciate the time. You okay?
Yep.
There you go, guys. Just said the brakes went right to the floor, drove into Shea and wrecked his night. And we'll see if Junior goes down to talk to him. He's taking a look at the damage here on the 72.
Well, Shea's back out there now in the 3.
The rev limiter works. And you know, those are the sort of things that happen, and sometimes you do have to go down and say, hey, you know.
Well, there you see him walking down. Yeah, it looks like towards the...
And he's had a lot of conversations in his day, and some of them are better than others, but...
Tough break for Junior Farley. He came in tonight 5th in points, and that's going to cost him for sure. Especially with everybody else around him still running. There's Shea Gemmel. He's knocked the pretty off the left side of that car.
But you called it right. Junior Farley made an over-aggressive move, which makes sense if you didn't have a brake pedal.
And as soon as Junior Farley said the brakes went to the floor, what we saw now made sense, right?
And rather than drive through the back end of somebody, you go to the inside. You're going to take their driver's door off, depending where you hit them, but it's better than jacking them up 3 feet.
We're wasting no time going back to green with 60 to go. APC green flag in the air. And this time Sheridan gets a little better start. Pritico is going to hang tough on the top side. Watson and Steckley in row 2. Wow, that Steckley car was loose on braking down into turn 3. Off turn 4 they'll come, and Sheridan will keep the lead.
Sheridan got a better restart, but he got all sorts of trouble again in turn number 2. This time it's Gressel around.
Will he get rolling? They're going to give him a shot.
Nope, yellow flag is out.
Shame he did get up and roll in there. It's about the same time they were throwing the yellow. So a Castro caution flag out. I believe this is number 5 of the evening.
And they've been mostly innocent. Clinton, did you hang out in the pits? We're gonna have a replay first.
Yeah, I'm down here.
Was there much of a conversation going on there between drivers and teams?
No, it looked like Shea's crew went back to the track to watch the situation. Junior just took a walk to cool off. I thought he was going to walk right out of the pit gate there for a minute.
Well, he was pitted right by the pit gate, so he was headed towards his pit box.
What a summer Junior Farley has, because he runs super modifieds down at Oswego Speedway as well as the APC late model program, and he's had some good runs in the super this year. But what a difference in driving styles and technique and speed.
Wouldn't even want to guess what the difference in those are. Like, just ridiculous.
That's a lot of race car underneath you.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It's a lot of motor.
A lot of power, not
a little bit of race car and a big wing.
It's been a great show here, though. Really good racing. Dale Shaw and Jake Sheridan raced real hard for the lead. Now Connor Pritico. And I'm not sure if Jake Sheridan got loose going down into 1 or if Brandon Watson might have pushed him down into 1 on that last restart. But he had his hands full.
And how many times over the years have we seen Brandon Watson in a position like this? You know, first 2/3 of the lap or 2/3 of the race just hanging out, waiting for the pay window to open, as Clint Boyer would say.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's what he was doing. I think Sean Chenoweth had a good enough car to keep him behind him. You're right, like maybe he wasn't driving at 100%, but Brandon Watson's the type who seems to like to be at the front.
Well, we'll see if he cranks it up to 10 right now. And Sheridan is going to take the bottom. Pritico will take the top again. Everybody... How
about Sean Chenoweth back up into the 6th spot in that 89C?
After his spin down in turn 1 or 2 earlier on this evening.
Kendra Adams has taken some damage in some of these skirmishes in that number 2.
So we did get a note from timing and scoring. The debris on the track was the transponder off the 39 car. So if you are keeping track on Race Monitor and you see Brady Smith not gaining any more laps, that's why.
That's really nice of them to come down and fill us in like that.
And I believe Brady's still on the lead lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Someone will likely be manually putting that in every time it goes by.
Pritico with a good jump on the high side. We'll see what happens down into turn 1.
That's just a jump. And Jake Sheridan kind of hangs back. He kind of hung Pritico out to dry in the 19.
I think he was waiting for that start to get called back, but it wasn't.
Well, the thing is, you don't necessarily call back a start. You just penalize the driver that jumped it and carry on, but it really does shuffle things up behind him.
Pritico, your new leader. Again, he's been victory lane twice in the series, but both times in Delaware. There goes Chenoweth around. Everybody gets through.
One car up into the wall on the outside. If the camera pans right just a little bit.
It's Tom Gibbons.
And you can see
the fence.
Gibbons had it locked down. You can see the rubber marks heading up towards the wall, but let's have a look at the replay here on G-Force TV on the right side of the screen. A little bit of contact.
Dale Shaw into the back of Chenoweth.
And Shaw got so far sideways the other way, clipped Tom Gibbons, and Gibbons just had a horrible angle up into the outside wall.
Closing in on 50 to go here of tonight's 175 laps, courtesy of Stewart's Equipment in Kubota.
Now the question is, what do you do with the 19 car truck? Can we have a look at the last restart? I know we're asking a lot. Because the race leader was Jake Sheridan. He has the opportunity to fire first. Clint?
Tom Gibbons here on pit road with a heavily damaged number 10 car. Kendra Adams in behind, and they're working on the right sides here of the Chenoweth machine. Don't see too much on Chenoweth. We'll go over here and check out the 10 car of Gibbons. He's got major front end damage. He has nosed into the 10, so I think he may be done here, guys. They're already going to start pulling the hood pins and see what's up here. And yes, Gibbons taking the helmet off. And looks like he'll be done here. One of the favorites here at home, and very frustrated as he whips the belts off and eagerly gets out of the car.
Well, keep in mind, there's a bounty on Tom Gibbons and Josh Toddy up here for anybody that can beat either of those drivers. We're going to have a look at the restart, Clinton, while you get Tom Gibbons. So Connor Pritico is about a half car ahead of Jake Sheridan. They fired together, but Pritico can't be a half car ahead of the race leader there.
It's not supposed to be.
Well, guys, I got Tom Gibbons here. Tom, what's your side of the story out there?
Dale Shaw fucking dumped 89 for what, 8th or 9th, and then turned up into us and put us in the fucking fence.
All right, that's enough of that. Try to get the story, guys, but it doesn't always come out great.
We're on the interwebs.
I think he said, I think it was a PH in that. We're okay.
There had to be. Go to the local schoolyard, they say worse. Did you know Canadians use the F word more than any other nationality in the world? Scientifically proven.
I don't even know if I want to know how you know that.
I listen to a lot of talk radio. So,
the whole skill is being able to use it as a noun, verb, and adverb in the same sentence, I believe.
Well, it really is a versatile word. But I promise you this, I have never in my life in a text message typed the word ducking. But I've sent it a number of times. Sometimes you don't catch it in the heat of the moment and you're all fired up. Like, oh, son of a gun. That takes a little bit of the heat off of it. So we circulate under yellow.
So it looks like 83 has been penalized.
Well, I got Kendra Adams here, guys, and if I'm cutting you off, I'm sorry, I can't hear my monitor, but we're not going to miss these opportunities. Kendra, you're still smiling. You're out of the race early. What happened?
Yeah, we just got caught up in that huge stack in 1-2 there on one of those restarts. Seems to happen a lot these days, but hey, when you're racing that tight and that fast, and it just happened, so we just lost the rad, so unfortunately that'll be the end of our night tonight.
All right, enjoy the rest of the night as a spectator. She cheers on her fiance, Jake Sheridan, as he tries to get one done, guys. Sorry if I cut you off.
Don't be sorry. Well, you can't hear us anyhow.
She's come a long way from the APC social media girl to APC competitor.
Does a great job. The speed is coming along. And I have a feeling what I'm excited for is this restart, because Jake Sheridan, if he feels he's been wronged, he will make it right on his own.
He is going to do something about it.
And if I had to guess, if Connor Pritico jumped his start by half a car, Jake Sheridan will jump Connor's start by a full car.
At least. At least.
And then if Jake Sheridan gets called for jumping that start,
steam will be coming out of the helmet of the driver of the 52.
How did we get to 47? I swear I just looked up a lap ago and it was 53 to go.
It was about 6 laps ago.
All right, fair enough.
Yep. There's Chenoweth in the 89C London Recreational Racing Machine.
He's strapped on a couple of fresh American Racer right side tires, so we'll see if that helps him carve his way back through the field. We can hear the officials officiating loudly.
The dilemma, and it was a quickie yellow, though. So I believe he's going to find himself laps down. Six laps left to go. Connor Pritico will be the pole sitter. Choose cone is out. So we are going to get down to it. Pritico's going to take the inside. Sheridan will go to the outside. And they'll work through the choose cone status quo.
So Sean Chenoweth has extra reason to want to have a good run tonight, of course. Stewart's Equipment in Kubota, Canada.
Great to have them
Big
aboard.
partners on that 89C machine.
And they've been great partners for the APC series, involved since day one. Stewart's Farm Equipment, lots of locations up here in the Sauble area, the whole Bruce Peninsula. And again, pleased to have them aboard here in APC action. And we're going to go back to green, and Sheridan, by about a third of a car length, gets the jump on Pritico into one. He is not wasting any time on the high side. Here comes the 52.
Oh, that was fancy. Side by side, Pritico slides up the track just a little bit. Sheridan slides up as well, but Jake Sheridan will take the lead down into 1 and 2. Connor Pritico settles into that second spot. Sean Chenoweth in 7th, and he'll drive it deep down the inside on Josh Toddy, trying to pick up the 6th position.
Great race for third there with 30. Brandon Watson on the outside. Steckley on the bottom. Andrew Gressel right behind them. Gressel, fabulous run here in 5th after, I believe he was a lap down earlier tonight.
Things were not going his way early on in this race, but Andrew Gressel, a savvy veteran, knows how to stay around in these races.
Sheridan by.
Oh, contact between Gressel and Brandon Watson. These two have mixed it up before. Gressel's not done. He didn't want Watson to close the door in 3 and 4. Still doesn't want him to in 1 and 2. And I have a feeling he is going to really assert himself this time.
Oh, bangs off the side of Watson through 3 and 4. Brandon Watson will not be happy with that. And now they work down into 1 and 2. And Watson's going to move him up the Speedway. This is not done.
No, it's not, and I'm not sure I'd want to be playing this game with Andrew Gressel, who has nothing to lose except the front bumper on his 81 machine.
And Sean Chenoweth getting dangerously close to this action. The first time they got into each other, he backed off a couple car lengths. Now he's tempting danger, being right on the back door of Andrew Gressel, who's got Watson sideways again.
Watson hanging on to that 4th spot. Jake Sheridan out in front all by his lonesome in the 52. You would think, oh, big contact in 3 and 4 by Andrew Gressel on the 30 of Brandon Watson.
Chenoweth into the back of the 81. And they are not done. They've got 41 laps left to go to settle it.
Lots of time to play bumper loving in the corners here at Sauble Speedway.
Andrew Gressel beating on the back door every corner now.
Gressel's car is fast. He's rolling the center. Brandon Watson going to wait, let him go. Probably try to finish the job that he might have started, but no, he's just going to get in line.
And Gressel up into 4th spot now. Good job for the Sauble Beach Road Warrior. Shaw right now in 7th, Josh Toddy 8th, Brady Smith 9th, and Shea Gemmel 10th.
Dale Shaw closing in on the 30, gets up on the rumble strips the inside of 1 and 2. That upsets the car a little bit, loses some ground down the back straightaway.
So we are showing Brady Smith, last car on the lead lap, in 9th, and then Shea Gemmel 2 laps down to that.
That's a good run for Brady Smith. You talked about it earlier, but hats off again. A driver who was a little bit shy on speed, let the leaders go when they came to put him a lap down, got his lap back, but now he's right there in the mix.
Well, he's hanging with defending champ Josh Toddy, multi-time APC winner Shea Gemmel, and former champ Dale Shaw in the mix there as well, and Brady Smith not looking out of place here tonight.
Dale Shaw really pouring the pressure on the 30 of Brandon Watson as they drive down the back straightaway. Shaw able to drive through the center just a little bit better than Watson. He'll drive to the inside off of turn number 4. He's got a nose to the bottom.
Rear bumper of that 30 acting like a magnet. Everybody getting into it. And Brandon Watson back to 6th spot now. Definitely not the run he was looking for tonight as he chases that championship.
Things can change in a hurry, but laps are winding down. Just a Saturday night special now. Less than 35 laps to go. Jake Sheridan out in front by a dozen car lengths over Kyle Steckley in the 22. Connor Pritico hanging on to 3rd. But we're one yellow flag away from this race getting very interesting. More interesting.
There's the 81 of Gressel. Shaw right there. Brandon Watson back to 7th now. So Jake Sheridan looking to take a stranglehold on this championship right now.
Shaw to the inside of Gressel down through 3 and 4. He'll drive off the bottom of turn 4. Sean Chenoweth closing in as Gressel trying to make the outside work. Keep in mind, Gressel has to keep that 30 car in his thoughts. Don't want to expose yourself to the 30 of Brandon Watson if you can help it.
Again, while all this was going on, Kyle Steckley able to make the move up into 2nd, got by Connor Pritico. There's Steckley. We're talking about how much he struggled today. I don't think he's struggling right now. He's got that APC Camusa Pennzoil, number 22, up into 2nd spot. Just 1.28 seconds behind your leader, Jake Sheridan. 27 laps to go at the line for Sheridan.
Brandon Watson about 2 feet off the back bumper of Andrew Gressel in turns 3 and 4. Gressel opens the gap down the front stretch. Things tighten up again down into the corner. He's just not able to get there.
You see some pretty good damage on the nose of that 12 of Josh Stoddy as well. Guess who he ran into at the track? Well, it was somebody, that's for sure. He's right behind Brandon Watson right there, and hopefully that's not messing with the cooling in that 17 car, as we are getting down to 25 laps to go.
Laps are winding down. The closest battle on the racetrack. Well, Connor Pritico is a couple of car lengths off the back of Kyle Steckley, but further back we've got Andrew Gressel, Brandon Watson, Josh Stoddy, a 3-car tussle for position. So they work through 3 and 4.
You see Connor Pritico at 0.4 of a second behind Kyle Steckley as we go to the double shot. See that battle between the 81 of Gressel, the 30 of Brandon Watson, and the 17 of Josh Stoddy. That's all going on for 6th, 7th, and 8th. As the 2nd place battle now works around Pete Shepard Sr.'s car. We're closing in on 20 to go.
Brandon Watson had a look to the inside of Gressel in 1 and 2. Wasn't able to make it stick. Backs off, now gets another good run off of 4. He's on the inside of Gressel.
I don't know what the 81's going to be able to do with him here. Watson on the bottom. Oh, contact. Gressel tried to slam the door. Watson was there. Gressel went for a slide up the Speedway. And luckily for Watson, he's now got a buffer car between him and the 81.
But Josh Stoddy's got places to go in that number 17, so we might not have seen the end of that battle. Sean Chenoweth is driven away. Chenoweth up in the 5th spot.
And I had you bet that it was Andrew Gressel's fault on his own there, that the 30 car was definitely inside him there going down into 3.
Timing and scoring got a little silly there for a minute. Jake Sheridan out in front, Kyle Steckley 2nd, Connor Pritico 3rd, Dale Shaw 4th, Sean Chenoweth in 5th.
Brandon Watson 6th, Josh Stoddy 7th, Andrew Gressel 8th, and Brady Smith 9th. That rounds out our lead lap cars. I believe Shea Gemmel 2 laps down in the 3 machine. He would be our lucky dog candidate if we were to get a yellow right now, but things have been staying green. We're just 17 laps away from the end of this one. Jake Sheridan still leading the way by 1.2 seconds.
Kyle Steckley was 1/10 of a second quicker the last lap, only a few hundredths quicker this past lap. If he could keep up that 1/10 of a second pace better than Sheridan, he would get there before this race ends, but no, he just lost a little bit of ground there. So all Sheridan has to do is mind the gap right now.
There's a battle between the 30, Brandon Watson, 2-time series champ, and the Dutch brothers Ellis Don Gallagher Insurance sponsored number 30. Right behind him, it's the defending APC series champ, and Canada Flat Roof Systems. MEI paving number 17, Josh Stoddy made a little contact there with Watson with less than 15 to go.
Watson up on the high side now. Stoddy down low. They'll race side by side. Watson with the spot at the line, but Stoddy going to clear him down into turn 1. Watson thought he had thoughts of crossing him over or jacking him up. He did neither there off of the second turn.
And this is what I was talking about earlier on tonight. If that was another driver and not Josh Stoddy, if that was a Shea Gemmel or a Jake Sheridan who roughed Brandon Watson up on the way by, might have been a different story. But again, Josh Stoddy kind of just staying out of the hot stove right now.
Battle for the second spot. Connor Pritico has caught Kyle Steckley. Dale Shaw on the 83 is trying to close in. We could have a 3-car battle for the second spot before this one's over, as it'll be 10 laps to go this time by.
This is all going by, as you can see, 1.68 seconds behind your leader, Jake the Snake Sheridan, your point leader in the 52, looking again to put a stranglehold on this championship. And how about Pritico? He's got position on Steckley in a 1 and 2.
Connor Pritico down low, Steckley up high. Dale Shaw pedaling as fast as he can in that number 83 to close the gap. Out in front, Jake Sheridan by more than half a straightaway, but Connor Pritico now into that second spot.
Looking to put himself on the podium again here tonight, Connor Pritico. In his second year of full-time action on the APC Tour. And has quickly become one of the stars to watch. Looking for a runner-up spot here tonight. He leads Steckley down into 1 and 2. And off turn 2 with 8 laps left to go. Connor Pritico still running second.
Steckley back in third. Dale Shaw fourth in the 83. Sean Chenoweth is not within striking distance in that 5th spot, but he has a fast race car right now.
Sean Chenoweth, I'm sure, will be glad with a 5th place finish after the way tonight has gone. A good run for that 89C, but still watching that race for second. It's far from over. Pritico, Steckley, and Shaw with 2 miles left to settle it.
Shaw got a good run through 1 and 2. Steckley gets off the corner real well. Shaw able to round the corner real well. He closes in on the back bumper of that number 22 down into 1 and 2.
And Shaw could be the fastest of that duo right now. What's he going to do to get by the 22? Will he move Kyle Steckley? 4 laps to go as they work their way down into turn 1. Shaw again climbing all over the rear bumper of that APC Pennzoil machine.
Opening up the entry to turn 1 just a little bit. Same in turn 3. Enters a little bit higher than Steckley. Able to carve it down, take a bigger arc, but Steckley still coming off the corner so strong in the 22.
Steckley just strong enough off the corners to keep the 83 at bay. You're watching the race for third. Meanwhile, up front is all Jake Sheridan. He is over 2 seconds ahead of second place Connor Pritico. 2 laps to go for your point leader off turn 2. He's got 3 wins so far this year, looking for number 4, and back to that battle for third.
Shaw gives a nudge to Steckley as the white flag comes out from flagman Sean Gibbs one more time around.
Shaw takes a peek to the inside. It's Sheridan down the backstretch and into turn 3. Good control of this one. Contact between Shaw and Steckley. He tried to rough up the 22. The 52 will win off turn 4. Steckley will hold on for third. Shaw comes home fourth. Chenoweth fifth. Pritico in second. Stoddy will finish 6th. Brandon Watson 7th. How about Brady Smith in 8th? Getting a spot late from the road warrior Andrew Gressel, who finishes 9th.
Boy, oh boy, Mother Nature tried to mess with us here tonight, but got the show in. What a race it was. Jake Sheridan earned that one in the 52. No pit stop required. In fact, nobody in the top 3 ventured into the pits, did they? Steckley never went down pit road, did he?
No.
So victory lap being taken right now by Jake Sheridan as he will head down onto the front straightaway and be greeted by Clinton Jeffrey. And I think we might have a night where all 3 drivers on the podium will have smiles on their faces, but I've been wrong before.
And if my math's right, that 4-point lead that Jake Sheridan had in the point standings has ballooned to 14.
2 more races left to go in the championship. One of them here at Sauble Speedway, one at Delaware Speedway. Jake Sheridan gets the gear off inside of that number 52 machine. 175 laps was the distance.
Should see Josh Stoddy pull his way into the top 5 in points. And there's Jake the Snake Sheridan hopping out of that 52 machine. We'll throw it down to Clint.
Here he comes out of the 52, guys, and the victory mist flies on him. There's another one for you guys. Jake, what a night here for these guys, and they will enjoy it and let it go here tonight. Mom Georgia in for a hug, and everybody here. Come on around, Jake. Let's talk to this great fan base we've got here tonight. Hold on to that, Jakey. Well, Jake, what a drive here tonight. You almost look flawless. There was a lot of stuff going on out there, but this car, picture perfect from the get-go tonight.
The reality is just a really, really, really great car, man. Really thankful for the opportunity here. And, man, my guys did a really amazing job. Like, I was really struggling in practice, and we were close, just some minor changes, and I felt like we did a really good job pacing ourselves, and I think we made it clear we could go when we had to, and everybody raced pretty good there for the win. So super thankful, super happy for Connor. Fun racing together again. Good buddy of mine, and just can't thank Raptor Filters, Pride Seas, Vibrant Farms, Reynolds Trucking, and just everybody on this crew, man. Mike Verboom, Aiden, Nikki, my dad. Everybody's just so appreciative. All the girlfriends, thank you so much. And Mike McCall, Paul Gianoli, Joe, everybody at McCall. It's just honestly a great group effort, and we had a rough weekend at Flamborough, and still thankful to be here again.
What a drive, Jake. You got a big escape surfboard to win here. You got to sign the Fuel Factory checkered flag and take it up to a lucky fan. And as he gets that underway, we'll get over here and find Connor Pritico. Connor, heck of a drive, man. It seems like you're peaking at the right time in the season when you need it. And these wins aren't quite where you need them, but podiums still count towards the final point tally. How do you feel after 175?
I just, it sucks because I think we finished second 4 or 5 times this year, and that win's close, you know. I got a good restart beside Jake there, got the lead, but I just couldn't fire off on the short run at all, no matter what I did, and trying to keep as much heat into the tires as I could. And, you know, second place is nothing to hang our heads at, but still, it's just would have liked to got the win.
Solid drive on a long day.
Yeah, I got to thank H&N Roofing, Sheet Metal, Domus Development, Glencoe Auto Recyclers, London Mechanical, ACX Burwell, Western Meats and Deli, CIBC Nemeth. Just, you know, all in all, a great night. Just, we'll get that win.
Connor Pritico second, guys. We'll work our way over to Kyle Steckley here. Kyle third, a good points night, but you're a racer. You want to be 2 steps up. You're never happy unless you grab the checkered at the end of that one. But talk about the night, because we didn't know we were going to get to even halfway, and then it became a full race. Lots of different strategy changes, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Just a tough race. Everyone was rushing to get through it, and you know, it was a quick pace. So anyways, we got through it, and this APC Auto Parts Center's number 22 car was good on the short runs, but those long runs we just kept getting tighter and tighter and couldn't really do much. So we need to find a bit more speed in this car and see if we can be a bit better when we come back in a couple weeks. But all in all, third place finish is solid. Happy we got the race in for all the fans and everyone here, and we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Kyle. Kyle Steckley third. Connor Pritico second, and your winner, Jake the Snake Sheridan. We'll be right back live here on Racing America for more action coming up.
Welcome to RacingAmerica.tv. From the local short tracks to the road racing stars of Trans Am, we have you covered. Subscribe now for live access to over 200 grassroots races streaming all season long. Watch anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front-row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordele Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Welcome back to Sauble Speedway. There is still lots of action to come. We've got a B-main for the Legends cars and then feature events for the TQ Midgets, the Outlaw Midgets, and for the Legends cars. And I am joined by the voices of Sauble Speedway that go back for more than 30 years. There was a little bit of break. There was a little bit of activity in between. But Dave Middleton and Jim Irvin, you guys have been doing this a long, long time, and I am now just a passenger on your show.
Well, Adam, it's been you've come up here many years. I remember working with you back with the Vintage Modifieds here at Sauble Speedway back in the I think late 80s, early 90s, and it's always a pleasure when you make your way up to Sauble.
It's really not fair saying that anything but Jim is the voice of Sauble Speedway, has been the voice for 40 plus years. I just am lucky enough to work with him on Saturday night and the odd Sunday. He's a pretty easy guy to work with, and we've had a lot of fun over a few decades.
It's been a pleasure working with you, Dave, because we seem to complement each other, going back and forth, and it's a good thing to have.
I'll tell you, you will not meet another person in the province of Ontario, and for that matter, even in Canada, that has a history brain like this guy does. He can remember the color of the car, the number of the car, the year, how many times they won. It truly is an amazing thing to listen to Jim talk about. Even just, 2 years ago, here's what happened on the holiday weekend here at Sauble. It's amazing.
It takes a passion for racing, which you obviously both have, but I'll tell you something about Sauble Speedway. More so than any other racetrack that I've ever been to, this is a real destination.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so much fun being in Sauble Beach in the summer on a weekend. But the track has that same character to it and flavor to it. It's just fun to be here.
You know what? It hasn't really mattered who the owner was. They all understood that this is part of the destination of Sauble Beach, the Bruce Peninsula, Wyerton Willie. The list goes on and on. Like from here to Tobermory is an hour. And from here over there to the beach is 10 minutes, and you're getting a sunburn. And it just sits in such a great place. But and that's why we usually plan on maybe half of the crowd being true racing fans, and the other half of the crowd are people who are here with their kids, and they just want to come have an entertaining night and be able to say they did it.
Yes, it's very cool. So we're waiting for the arrival of the next race. We might have the shortest flag person I've ever seen.
That is...
no, that's Rory.
That is Gabby Lane up there. She's 7 years old. And she is going to throw the green flag to start this last chance qualifier.
Yeah, give her a round of applause. Gabby up in the flag stand, waving to the crowd.
And there's a perfect example of what we were just talking about, right? Get the family, get the kids here, give them some entertainment. We started a kids club this year. It has been crazy successful. The kids club. Tonight we had 4 prizes on the average night. We're doing 7 or 8 prizes. Now we've got every year we've got something new that we've been able to introduce here. The bone stock division, I'll tell you what, the bone stock division of this track, Jim, is going ridiculous. Second, I would say only to Delaware, and I think we can all agree Delaware has a crazy big field.
But you know what? It doesn't matter, because if you have a special, they can all come.
Well, correct.
Your drivers
Absolutely.
can go to Delaware. Their drivers can come here. It's common rules. It doesn't break the bank. Nothing is cheap anymore. But that kind of racing, you can have a good time, and you can go anywhere.
Well, it's unfortunate that I have to spend my Saturday nights here. Fortunate and unfortunate. So once Nick Clark gets finished with my car, that is about the only place I can go and race. So I love actually spending some time at Delaware.
Well, this is the B main for the Canadian Legends here tonight at Sauble Speedway. We've got 16 cars scheduled to come out, but only 6 of the 16 will move on to the A main here tonight. 20 cars qualified earlier tonight through time trials, and the 16 that were at the low end of the totem pole are on the track right now. Starting on the inside of the front row, 47, John Milwane. Outside, close by car, 48, out of Shallow Lake, Tom Eckenweiler. Inside, row number 2 is Cole McFadden. Outside is Chris Milwane. Inside row 3, we've got the 02 of Andrew McFadden. Outside, the 17 of Haley McNichol. Row 4 inside, the 12M of Joshua Milwane. Outside, the 04 of Todd Tolton. Row 5 inside, the 24S Austin Seaburn. Outside, the 14 Nathan Huffman. Inside row 6, 22 Josh Hostile. Outside, Tyler Seaboard in the 23. Row 7 inside, 36 out of Elma, Amber Wallace. Outside, 15, Bobby Bailey. And on the back row, he's been having problems with speed tonight, normally real fast, the 76 of Jordan Latimer.
Yeah, and if you take a look at, just saw the shot a moment ago on the broadcast of the crowd, it's thinned out a little bit. We've had actually a ton of great racing already tonight. The APC Series race just wrapping up. We've got 4 more races to go for the night, but the other thing that you might notice on the shots right now, and certainly noticed it throughout the broadcast, about 4 weeks ago, we had an electrical company come in and reposition all of the lights around the track, and you can see how great it is now. I know the drivers all appreciate being able to see everywhere. It's really brightened it up. It gave a nice change too for the fans, Jim. And we really appreciate that because that's made a big difference.
Well, as an announcer, I really appreciate it, the bright lights. And, you know, it's dark out there, and it's great what the new lights have done.
I think the only windows where they've put some shading are the windows for you and I, forgetting that we have to look out of these things at 10 o'clock at night and try and call a race. Just getting the cars to make sure they can get up to speed, so no issues with the water on the track. We have had kind of a fairly steady sprinkle. We thought we'd get sprinkled to death tonight, but certainly we're happy to be able to get the APC race in.
Well, I think the big thing that's helped tonight, it is the temperature.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know, it was over 30 degrees today, even though it was overcast. And if anything, that got the track dried off much quicker. And, you know, you can appreciate if the track is cool and the water's coming down, we wouldn't have got the APC race going as quickly as we did.
And unfortunately, Mother Nature doesn't look like she wants to cooperate very much over the next 24 hours. So we're going to have to, we certainly look forward to hoping to get tomorrow night's show in, the Mini Stock Invitational, the Junior Late Model Special Race. Lots of big things happening.
The hot rods. We've got
back.
6 divisions, Dave, racing tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And $1,008 on the line for the junior late models. So you're going to, and we got the Bandoleros here for only the 2nd time this year and the 3rd time ever. So it should be good tomorrow night. Josh Davenport, the phenom driver out of Allenford, will be here. And Josh loves this track, but I think he loves his Bandolero even more.
Well, we noticed his mom and dad in the stands tonight. I didn't see Josh, but how dedicated is that family? They jump in a truck, drive down to Carolina, race in the Bandoleros, jump in the truck, drive back home so Josh can race here at the Speedway. And then when they got a night off, they don't even take the night off. They come here to check out the APC series.
They're here at the racetrack again tonight, racing in their blood. And, of course, Todd Davenport, the big green machine, one of the best-known drivers around these parts. And he certainly gave us a lot of excitement and when he raced. And it would be great to see him back in a car.
One of the great things we've added to the track this year, too, Adam, and I know if you had the time to stay, you would do it. We have an after party after the races down at Sola's Restaurant and Patio on the beach. They have a DJ. I think actually tonight they have live music and food and drinks till 2 a.m. And I understand the party goes till 2:01. Actually,
if you had told me like it's in the campground right behind the grandstands, like, yeah, maybe
you wouldn't be going home.
There's not much more room in the campground up here either. It's pretty busy. So here we go. The B main 6 cars will transfer to tonight's feature.
15 laps. We are underway here as 49. Tommy Eckensweiler gets the early lead going down the back chute. It's John Milwain in 2nd spot, and in 3rd, it's Cole McFadden. And caution on the track. Not a good start. I believe the 49 may have jumped the gun there.
Well, Eckensweiler in the very beginning of this year, as we see a little fender drag on the 47, Eckensweiler went to do some improvements to the car. He actually has 2 cars. I believe that's one that he purchased. He won the other car in one of the draws. Felt he wasn't getting any horsepower, so he went out and bought a brand new engine. That's in that car, so it's got the water-cooled engine. And I think, Jim, we can both agree after watching him race so far this year, it's done a lot for that car.
Yeah, and we do have a division here of legends at Sauble Speedway. We are seeing some great young drivers come along. Just for example, last week, Thomas Gibbons winning one of the features and Cole Camerat the other. And number 10, Thomas Gibbons, he qualified in that group of 20 tonight. In fact, he was at the top of the leaderboard.
The configuration and size of this track is perfect for scaled race cars, whether it's a junior late model or a legend car or a Bandolero. It just really lends itself to good quality racing. It's not so tight that it's a bull ring for them, but it's not so big that it's easy to get around.
Yeah, you know what? We kind of commented on that. Jim and I both watched the mini stock race from Delaware last night. And Delaware's an incredibly great track, and I love the people down there. And I know Jamie is the announcer down there, and we get a chance to every once in a while and fill in for him. That's a really big track for those little four-cylinder cars. They kind of run out of speed at the end of the straightaway. But here, this track is small enough to run those cars, but wide enough and big enough for them to be able to get a run.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I think we saw that quite a bit in the APC series. I mentioned a couple of times, Jim and I were in the room next to you guys, and the outside line tonight for APC was a dream come true. I don't know that I would have picked the inside line in that choose. I think I'm heading to the outside.
This is not a one-lane track, and I've said it before. A lot of people that race Delaware, they compare the corners here at Sauble with Delaware.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Very, very similar. One end a little bit tighter, the other end a big sweeping, and oddly enough, the same two corners, 1 and 2 at Delaware, fairly tight compared to 3 and 4, where you can just get at it.
So the 47 car now at the back, who's after starting on the pole, John Milwain. White flag coming out one more time. Next time by, we will be racing. A lot of pressure on these drivers. You got to be in the top 6 or you're going home.
There's no better race than a last chance race. B-main. I don't care what you call it. This is the most tense race of any race night.
Well, you're getting into this, but you want to finish up front. Otherwise, you're starting at the back of a 26-car feature tonight.
Coming off of 4 down the front. Green is out and we're racing. Off and racing down through the corners they go. The 49 car out front, Tommy Eckenweiler, Cole McFadden right there. McFadden has raced very strong over the years here at Sauble Speedway, and he will lead lap number 1. McFadden out front in second spot, Tommy Eckenweiler in third, the 2 of Chris Mulwayne, followed by Andrew McFadden and Jordan Latimer. Caution on the track. Caution on the track here after lap 1. And we never
got a car spun out on the front stretch.
So that means a complete restart.
I wonder if it might not be a touch wet. We've seen both cars kind of spinning.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot. Let's have a look at the replay. You'll see there was a lot of contact leading to this.
Oh, yeah.
So
that looks like possibly Haley No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Haley McNichol. She is not happy.
Well, the nice thing about Haley McNichol is very soon we will know who she is not happy with.
There she goes. And so what I like, so that's actually my son that's trying to make sure that she stays out of the track. He's 6'4".
One individual is not enough to contain Haley McNichol.
He hasn't got enough experience with ladies yet.
Oh, the right experience is to turn your head and pretend you didn't see a thing.
And I wouldn't blame her. It looked like cars came up and got into her, and there was just no place for her to go, right into the wall, and that's obviously taking care of the right front of that car. There'll be a fair amount of repair to do to that.
So the McNichols, synonymous with Sauble Speedway. Her grandfather, Ken, Sr., raced here. Then Elvin, her uncle, her dad, Kenny Jr., and now Haley.
Good job, though, by the track official to make sure that...
That was very well done.
Yeah.
Very delicately handled.
Yes. He's a golf pro, so he's very careful. So we're back here again tomorrow night. We've got a lot of different awards that we actually are giving away on a weekly basis here at the Speedway. We have one from the folks who were just off of turn 1 and 2. That's Pinewoods Golf, and they are giving away the Hard Luck Award every weekend. The winning prize this weekend is a couple of rounds of golf and a golf cart, and it's actually our fans who decide that. So if you're watching the races tonight and you go, oh, that was unfortunate, that was a hard luck kind of deal, you jump on our Facebook page on Monday morning and vote. Last week, the winners, we had 2 winners, Roy Wilkie and Andy Camrath. I saw Roy Wilkie up in the stands tonight for the APC series. He had a blown engine going into turn 1 and turn 2, and we had to clean up about 8 liters of oil on the track.
And that was very early in the event.
Yes.
Yep.
I've got to say the flatbed to legend car ratio here is a little out of whack. Like, that's a lot of truck.
We can put 3 legends on 1 flatbed.
That is, when we have to bring out the tow vehicle, we also have a record. This is the one that comes out the most.
Yeah, it's probably, and it does potentially does the least damage to any cars, right?
Yes, and that's a big deal. As much as we joke and have fun, these drivers have already had a tough night. We don't need to make it worse.
No. So our best goes out to Haley and the crew. They got a little bit of work to do. We do have the legend cars here tomorrow as well.
Yeah, along with the Bandoleros, they'll be here. And last time they were here, some great racing by those Bandolero drivers.
Very much.
Really enjoyed it.
Interesting to see the comparison between the junior late model drivers and the Bandolero drivers. It seems to be kind of a toss-up now where people are going with those cars. First time I saw the Bandoleros was in Halifax, and boy, they put on a heck of a show out there.
That'd be a really good track for them.
It was spectacular. They actually don't run the full track. They kind of run a modified little track on the inside. But first time I ever saw them and heard them, and they are a pretty amazing car to see.
Yes, and many of the great drivers in the States have come through the Bandoleros, like Joey Logano. His family actually moved him down to Atlanta, where he, when he was young, just to drive those on a regular basis.
He lived in turn 1, didn't he?
Yeah.
The condos there.
Yeah. And here at the track, 8-year-old Harper Johnson runs a junior late model as well. We'll see her tomorrow night in a Bandolero. And that was the very first Bandolero that we had around Sauble Speedway.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Paul said they've got maybe 3 Bandoleros here. If anybody was interested in getting into racing in that division, I believe they have 3 of them.
We tried to start them here back in 2021, right after the pandemic, as a new division, and we just couldn't get enough participation. So the cars are here. White flag is out.
I'll tell you, though, a division that is continuing to grow is this legend division. The competition, in theory, the cars built the same, so it comes down to drivers, and you're seeing a lot more legend cars pop up.
Well, many of the drivers from the area that used to run full-size cars now in the legend division. Going into 3 out of 4 down the front for the restart. Green is out, and we're racing. And just like that, Cole McFadden in the 9 car tries to get away on the number 49 of Tommy Eckenweiler. In third place, the 2 of Chris Mulwayne. Coming around to complete the lap, it is Cole McFadden. Cole McFadden out front. Eckenweiler in second. Chris Mulwayne in third. Look out. Here comes the 76 of Jordan Latimer. Normally a very dominant car here at the beach. Tonight he has had his problems, having to come through the last chance qualifier. Problems in the corner. They do manage to get out of it. We continue racing as the 9 of Cole McFadden leads it. Eckenweiler in second, and in third, Chris Mulwayne as we complete lap number 4. Down the back chute, the 9, Cole McFadden. Then Tommy Eckenweiler, the 2 of Chris Mulwayne. Jordan Latimer looks like he may have things together now, up in 4th place. In 5th, it is Andrew McFadden. The last car that will qualify right now is Joss Hollistel. But up front, the number 9 hanging on. Cole McFadden will
we will be paying attention to that 6th place driver as this one goes on. 5 laps in, now 6, 9 to go, and Cole McFadden not getting away on Tommy Eckenweiler, but doing a great job out front. In 3rd spot, Chris Milwayne. Then we have got Jordan Latimer, followed by Andrew McFadden, Josh Hostel, and Josh Milwayne. 7 laps in, coming around this time for halfway. Cole McFadden will get the cross flags. 8 down, 7 to go in the B main here, Sauble Speedway on a warm Saturday night. Down the back chute, McFadden. Then we've got Eckenweiler, followed by Chris Milwayne, Jordan Latimer, and Andrew McFadden. The field's starting to stretch out now. In 5th place, Andrew McFadden, then Josh Helstal in that transfer position. Joshua Mulvane has to pick up a spot here if he wants to continue in this feature event.
Yeah, Milwayne had a couple of good opportunities to maybe take that spot away, but right now Hollistel has pulled away by a couple of car lengths. Feels maybe a little bit more comfortable, but they are getting into some traffic as they go into turn 1. Meanwhile, there's your leader down the backstretch into 3 and out of 4 this time. It'll be 5 laps to go.
We got a 4-car breakaway right now with Cole McFadden, Tom Eckenweiler, Chris Milwayne, Jordan Latimer out front. We go back to the 0-2 in the 5th spot, Andrew McFadden, and the 12M of Joshua Milwayne. Laps are winding down. We're down to 3 to go. It is heating up out there for that last transfer position. And right now, we've got a lot of action on the track, and 2 to go.
Milwayne just made the pass, now has that transfer position, but also, now we got a spin in turn 4. That's going to bring out a caution and bunch this field back up again. It'll be 2 to go this time.
Well, that just gave some other drivers a chance here because that 4-car breakaway at the front.
Here we see the tap in turn 4 by the 47 car. You know, normally we don't get the replays, so we don't get a chance to see who did what.
We're not used to this, Dave.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice. Brings me back to my old days.
But out front right now, he's had a great race, and you don't normally see a Cole McFadden in a last chance qualifier, but tonight he is in it. Tommy Eckenweiler gets better, as you mentioned, every night. Then in 3rd spot, we've got Chris Milwayne in 4th, Jordan Latimer in 5th, Andrew McFadden in the transfer position, number 6, Josh Milwayne. Driver hoping to pick up a position here, Josh Hellestell. Then we've got Tyler Seaboyer, Nathan Huffman in 9th spot, Austin Seaburn in 10th, and John Milwayne in 11th.
I've never had the pleasure of being in a B main. I got lucky to qualify. How many B mains have you been in, Adam?
I can remember one unsuccessful B main that I ran in. Yeah.
I could see the pressure of this kind of a race.
It's unfortunate because let's talk about our race leader. 15 laps is a long time to be on the track and have nothing go wrong. 15 laps means you're going to encounter slower traffic, so you're going to have to make choices you shouldn't have to make to earn the 21st starting spot. Like, you have to put yourself in harm's way too much.
That is true, and oftentimes it's that lap traffic that causes the issue, whether they aren't, they for some reason move up a lane or whatever they might happen.
Something
with that
silly.
Lap traffic. Yeah,
your
absolutely.
belts come loose.
Yep.
Anything that could go wrong. Now, my son races sprint cars on dirt. They call him the B-Main Bandit for a reason. It is so stressful.
And it worked out for him last night. He actually
great experience. So that's the flip side. Great track time, great experience running it. 15 laps for a lot of these drivers. Really good experience.
Yeah, for sure.
We are about to go green. We have 3 laps to go in this one. A lot can happen. Green is out. We're racing. Cole McFadden out front. Tommy Eckenweiler has got challenged now from the number 2, Chris Milwayne. That's a battle for second and third. Cole McFadden. Now Mulwayne problems up in the corner, and it is the number 14 car that is up against the wall. We are still racing with the 9 out front. We're going to get the white flag this time by 1 to go for Cole McFadden. For Chris Mulwayne in second, Tom Eckenweiler in third, Jordan Latimer in fourth, Andrew McFadden in fifth, and Josh Hollistel in sixth position. Into 3 out of 4 down the front for the checkered flag. It's going to be Cole McFadden. He wins it. Chris Mulwayne for second, Jordan Latimer for third, Tommy Eckenweiler for fourth, followed by Andrew McFadden. And your transfer position, the last car, Josh Hollistal, finishing sixth. Those drivers that will not qualify, Josh Mulwayne, Austin Seaburn, Tyler Seaboyer, Nathan Huffman, Todd Tolton, Amber Wallace, John Mulwayne, Bob Bailey, and Haley McNichol.
Now a tight turnaround. They're going to go back to the pits. You've put 15 laps more on your car than the cars that you're about to race against. Now, the good part, your car's warm. Their cars have been sitting for 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, and again, the experience, because if you're in this B main, no offense to anybody who's in it, your night hasn't been phenomenal.
Correct.
Right? You've had your struggles, you're off the pace, so you've had that track time. You are going to be a whole lot fresher. So, Miss Banyard, the queen of the Can-Am Midgets, just stopped in.
This is her last year.
No, it's not.
She said so.
She's lying.
Well, I said that. She claims she's not.
Forever.
We'll see next year. I said, I guarantee you, I see that big RV. It may not be on that side of the track, but it'll
be here.
You know it'll be here.
There has been a Banyard with the TQ Midget Series since the inception of the TQ Midgets.
She was telling me that she was there the day the club was conceived in her backyard with her dad. She was young, 5, 6.
Okay, I was going to say.
I hope I get the age right.
She would have had to have been extremely young because that club's been around a while.
And, yeah.
61 years.
So then,
don't do the math.
Don't do the math. All right. Are we going? See, we're even surprised of who's doing what because it looks like Can-Am Midget.
Awesome.
One of the my favorite divisions that come to Sauble Speedway, the Can-Am Midgets.
And they've rolled out in force this weekend. 16 cars, a great car count for them. There may have been some casualties from earlier on this evening, so I'll be curious to see how many roll out, gentlemen.
Well, again, we've been fortunate to be the beach, and it is a holiday weekend tradition. A lot of the drivers, I'm sure, circle that on the calendar. They know they're coming to Sauble for 2 days. The family is coming up to go to the, we have a spin, and we haven't even started the race yet. Then the families come up, and I know they head down to the beach with the kids and the grandparents, and they really do make a big weekend out of this.
It's always a great long weekend tradition here at Sauble Speedway, and starting on the pole will be 49 out of Brantford, Dominic Smith. On the outside of Toronto, the 05 of Adam Racine. Inside row 2, the 11 of David Miller. Outside of Scotland, 55, Corey Whittam. From Melanchthon in the 57, that is James Stanley, your points leader. The defending series champion, 42, out of Innisfil, that is Daniel Hahn. Inside on row number 4, the 78 of Darren McLennan. Outside, the 43, Tyler Cullen. Row 5 inside, 15, Jaden Riddell. Outside, the 96 of Alex Connell. Row 6 inside, the 84 of Mike Westwood out of Milton. On the outside, the 08 of Orangeville, Larry Lawson. And on row 7 inside, the 5 of Andrew Whelan. Outside at Newmarket, the number 7, Jeff Blackburn.
Speed, handling, you name it. The Can-Am midgets bring that to Sauble Speedway. Some of the fastest cars we see here all year long. Also an incredibly great group to play with, and it looks like they have given us the thumbs down. It might be a little bit too... There's a lot of horsepower in these cars. Horsepower to weight ratio going into turn 1. If there's any water on the track, that could certainly cause a problem. And right now, the drivers and the officials are looking at it saying, no, that's not safe for us. And, hey, they make that call.
Well, they are, among the fastest division, if not the fastest division that races here at Sauble Speedway. And the last thing you want is a Can-Am midget into the concrete wall.
And a self-governed group as well. They come in with their own officiating team. So they will work with the track staff and make those decisions. We'll try to get an update on, in fact, I'm going to step into the next room, gentlemen, while you two talk amongst yourselves and find out what the plan is moving forward.
We're used to that.
Well, I got to talk, Dave, about tomorrow night. Here at Sauble Speedway, tomorrow evening, 6 divisions of racing. And it is going to be, exciting. We've got a full night. And, you think about it, tomorrow night we've got it. We have got the steel body hot rods, a new division here at the beach, and I think one of the most exciting.
Well, the hot rod division with Oscar has grown throughout the province exponentially, and I think it was a great move for us to create this a division that would run here at the Speedway. We'll call it on a full-time basis. It's, all of our divisions get a few weekends off. So they've been fantastic to watch and also helped to build up that Oscar division.
Yes, it's been good. Then, as well as the steel body hot rods, we have got the junior late models in for a special night, and prize money tomorrow night to win $1,008. And we've got a lot of money on the line, and Derek Russell has really put together a great series with the Russell Fencing and Decks.
Yeah, and you know what? We need to say a big thanks to Thornbury Pools and Spas. It's really in memory of Justin Owen. So Preston Owen, who is the owner of Thornbury Pools and Spas, his son, when I ran a junior late model, Justin ran a junior late model. Great people to spend time with. Image Wraps, Bear Will and Brake, Homeland Auto Service, and Russell Fencing and Decks, helping to put together what is the biggest payday of the entire year for the junior late models.
And tomorrow night we've got the Legend cars back, and you've seen what the Legend cars have done here tonight, and it's only a sample of what is going to happen tomorrow night.
And, of course, we're going to bring the mini stocks in. So they put on a great show on Friday night at Delaware. It's the Opportunity Knox Mini Stock Invitational tomorrow night. That's part of our Heatwave weekend. The race presented by Will Gibbons and Willems Trailer Repair. And it's $1,000 to win. So this could be the biggest payday weekend we have.
And it's exciting for the mini stock drivers who we have not had at Sauble Speedway for 2 years. We had them here for an invitational 2 years ago on the same weekend, and those drivers are running 3 races in 3 nights. And I think it's a thing. We're going to see probably most of those drivers.
And we've got a couple of other divisions, but we also have some bad news. That rain has finally done what it was trying to do all night, and unfortunately that we've lost the track, and we're not going to be able to finish the rest of the night tonight.
That's not good, Dave.
No, but we're just going to be a little busier tomorrow night here at Sauble Speedway.
Double features are all sorts of fun, so that's what it should be for, I guess, the Legends, the TQ Midgets, the Outlaw Midgets. Thank you for joining us. To the fans here in attendance, thank you for sticking this out. To everyone watching online, we hope you had a great time. Fantastic racing tonight from Sauble Speedway.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GeForce TV. GeForce TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.